Baltimore. And Cedric Mullins is going to have an opportunity to go and win a World Series with the New York Mets. We'll get into all the details, but I want to take a quick moment then, since we're talking about Cedric Mullins, to first, I want to give a thank you. And I'm actually, where's the heck's my drink? I'm going to pour one out for my guy. Yep. Pour one out for my guy, man. Because this is, you guys all want one, or should I just do it?
Yeah, no, I'm. Cedric's my guy.
Hey, well, I'll move it on over here in a second, Zach, after you get situated. So if you guys are just tuning in, Cedric Mullins is gone to the Mets, and I want to, at least in this case, let's talk real quickly before the deal. And I opened with this earlier on in the show. I'm saying earlier on. It was probably in the first hour. And the part that hurts when you look at teams and with fans, what are things that fans want? Fans want to experience the great moments. And typically it's around winning, but it's also about those that enhance your experience rooting for that team.
Yeah.
And so for the Baltimore Orioles, it had been a rough road up until the 2022 season, since Buck Showalter and the previous front office left and after the 2018 year. And Cedric Mullins had that lone bright spot in 2021 where he made Orioles history, joining or an elite group in general in all of baseball with 30 home runs, 30 doubles, 30 stolen bases all in 1 year. That's a career year for anybody. But what Cedric Mullins then became year after year was a guy that fans could depend on, that was out there, and then also became one of the most beloved Baltimore Orioles during his time here. And I truly mean that I wish we saw more players stay with one team for the duration of their career, their entirety, but that's not how the business works. And Cedric Mullins is one of those guys that not only did I think he embodied what Baltimore is, gritty, you go to work, you get punched in the mouth, you keep going, people doubt you, which a lot of people, even in Birdland, doubted Cedric Mullins of he's a below average player, get rid of him. Well, guess what? Cedric never wavered in any of that. He went out there and busted his ass every single day. And even his last game as a Baltimore Oriole might have made his finest catch
of his career.
And one of the best catches you will ever see. He laid it on the line each and every day. And I believe that not only did he embrace what it meant to be a Baltimore Oriole, but the Baltimore Orioles fan base truly embraced Cedric Mullins. So, Ceddy, I appreciate you. And, Zach, when you get a moment, maybe we can get these little cups back so you can help me pour these out.
Yeah, one sec. We also just had the Yankees acquired Bird from the Rockies.
See, I knew he was going to be a target.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it.
Let's not talk about the Yankees for one moment here, Zach. You kidding me? We're doing a great part for Ceddy. Just kidding. You had to do that. We'll talk about that with the Yankees and get that moving and grooving. But I wanted to say those words. Cedric Mullins.
It's well said.
And I love the guy. On a personal level, he's my teammate.
Me too.
Yeah, Brad, you got a chance to get to know Ceddy over the last few years here. And Ceddy was my teammate in 2019. I've known Ceddy since 2016, so over the last 9 years, and one of the best guys you can be around. Genuine, not a man of many words, but a man that you can relate with and relate to. So a lot of things have happened. Excited for him in the future. And Zach, when you're ready then too, so we can try to get our little toast, and we'll keep moving on with the show. But for guys that are tuning in, new to the channel, we just added the Kevin and Zach React, because Kevin and Zach React join for every Orioles post game or any news that happens. It does.
This is before I do it. I got to say, this is the moment that we've obviously been talking about. Like there are players you lose, and then there are people you lose. And like Cedric Mullins, the business side of losing the player makes sense. But it's also losing the person and the human and the leader in the clubhouse. that's where, obviously I was just saying like
he was a glue. He was a glue who kept
yeah,
it.
This is very similar, I will say, to when, obviously I don't know if he was even longer tenured at the time, but it feels similar to like the Trey Mancini, where you knew it was happening. You knew the writing was on the wall, but it doesn't mean it's any easier when you finally get the notification.
Yeah.
It's still tough. You still feel for Sadie, you feel for, the biggest thing is, I guess, you're sad, but you're also grateful because, you want to talk about the send-off. Cedric Mullins, the entertainer, the one thing he's never shied away from is kind of the dramatics. The grand slam, the cycle on the bird bath opening night. All of a sudden the 30-30, the big wins, the walk-offs, the robbed home runs, and this weekend, the massive hits, the 3 plays that made you go, holy shit, Cedric Mullins did it again.
Yep.
This is everything that you would have hoped for Seti's send-off, and couldn't thank him enough for everything he did, especially through the dark years in Baltimore. It was not easy to play for those teams. I know it cannot be easy to lose that much, to do all that, but someone who was the bright spot through so much. And it is not lost on me, and I hope it's not lost on a lot of people, that when I think back to the 2024 playoffs, there was a single man who tried to will this team through that game 2 with the home run to tie it. I thought at that moment it was the turning point. So like you said, Ryan, thanks for everything said.
Yep. And look, the Orioles got some very talented players back in this deal. They got 2 top 30 prospects from the Mets. It's just, we want to give a proper send-off to him, because this is the part that my job and you guys being on the outside to start, but you guys have both gotten to know Cedric as well.
Yeah.
The fan side and then the personal side. Wherever you go, you make personal relationships. And that's really what it's all about in life. And that's why I said in my little messaging here a few minutes ago, when you follow a team, it's around the experiences that the players give to the fans. If the team wins, you remember that. But you also, what you remember is how that player, whoever you liked, made you feel and made you fall in love with the sport or whatever activity you were a part of. And Cedric Mullins obviously was a huge part of that for so many people. So Cedi, and I definitely will be talking to him later. But
same.
Love him. Appreciate you, man. Go win a World Series.
Please go win a World Series
in New York. And cheers, guys. Cheers. Cedric Mullins as a Baltimore
Cedric Mullins.
Orioles. To Cedi Mullins.
Orioles.
All right.
Hey,
cheers. Cedi. Ooh, smooth. Sip and smile. So, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Getting myself all choked up here. Also, one of the final words here was Cedi. This was him. This is also philosophy. We talk about the guy, and this is who the Mets are getting. So if you're a Mets fan that's tuning in, this is a guy
getting a dude
that you are getting. This is when he talked about the struggles with the Orioles earlier on in the season. Listen to Cedi's answer on how he handled it and what you have to do moving forward when you have so much failure. What it's like to fail and come back. What do you think would be your words of wisdom here?
If you have any glimmer of hope within you, there is something that you have to do, which is continuing to not only control the controllables, things that you can control, how you play, how hard you play, continuing to be smart, continuing to pick guys up. And then you have to turn around and try to find the positive within the failure. Back in 2021, like you said, I think it was a 19 straight game losing streak on the road. And we had to face that immediately after breaking our losing streak, period. Reflecting on that, I'm like, sometimes it's about how you lose. So being able to pick out a positive through the losses, if we battle back, that's a huge component of winning. So just showing signs of life was good. Just continuing to push towards getting that win. And we're continuing to do that. The fans want us to win. And I completely understand and respect that. I want to win. I feel that when we go into a game every single day. It's unfortunate for us that we have to be more process oriented through this, knowing that we want the results.
So right there, Mets fans, you're getting a guy that through the good, bad, and the ugly, he's going to keep fighting. He's got great perspective, great understanding. He's been through the good, bad, and the ugly. People do forget, in 2019, he was the starting center fielder for the Baltimore Orioles. And then not only did he get demoted to AAA, he got demoted to AA and was on the outside looking in as who is going to be in the game plan for the Orioles moving forward. Wasn't supposed to be on the team to start in 2020 during the COVID year. There was a injury or an illness, I forget at the time. He makes the team, plays that whole short season there. Then he breaks with the team in 21, and the rest is history. He has the remarkable year and becomes a staple for the Baltimore Orioles. But now for the New York Mets. You guys have seen the highlights. They are getting an outfielder that can go out and get the ball. And I know, said he doesn't have the strongest arm. You want to hold that as the weakness? Sure, I'm not going to say that said he's going to be throwing out a lot of guys, but he can keep a ball in the ballpark. He can patrol the center field in the gaps, and he is going to give you some production. So let me pull up the numbers, Zach. If you don't mind, could you screenshot and put together some of the prospects for the Mets that we can talk about?
Yeah, actually, funny enough, Ramon Gomez back in, let me go check, make sure I got it. Last season threw 100, had a pitch of 104.5 miles an hour.
Woo! How about that? And if you guys are tuning in right now to the Ryan Ripken Show and now Kevin and Zach React, it's all part of Ryan Ripken Media. We're collabing today, especially now with the news with the Orioles. Subscribe to both, like both. If you get 200 likes on the Ryan Ripken Show and you get 100 likes on the Kevin and Zach React post, heck, we might spin this thing twice. I don't know what we're going to do.
We're at 183 on the Ryan Ripken Show.
Whoa, get those numbers. Rookie numbers. We got to get those up. But for Cedric Mullins, guys, this is what he's done on the season. And this is why also I know people want to look at the average and said he was struggling. But you know one thing he always said to me? He goes, I know I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to have the rough moment, and I'll get it back. And what happened last year? Said he was one of the Orioles' best hitters the second half of the season, really after the All-Star break last year. And so far this year for Cedric Mullins, his average is almost up to 230. He's got 15 home runs, 49 RBIs, and an OPS of 738. But the bigger part for me, he also then can steal bags. He's got 14 stolen bases, 19 doubles. So he can provide some extra base pop, and he also can go play a great center field. So the Mets are staying aggressive, guys. The Mets are trying to keep up with the Phillies. They got Bader, help their outfield position.
Yep.
They also went and got Duran. The Mets got, obviously, Rogers and Helsley to bolster their bullpen. Soto from the Orioles as well. Thank you, Brad. So we got a whole lot of moves here that are going, moving, and grooving. And that is one of the dominoes here. There is still another bat where they're riding. Ryan O'Hearn. Is he going to be on the move? A lot of people say yes. Ryan O'Hearn will, just like Cedric Mullins was. But now it is done, going to the New York Mets.
As Zach's continuing to pull this up, and I think this is a worthy question to ask. Because when was the last time the Orioles truly extended somebody longer term?
So the last long extension was Chris Davis. You know, the one thing I hate with the system in general, and this is what, like, the part where I think that hurts the smaller market teams more than anybody else.
Yeah,
is the arbitration and team control, because the smaller market teams want to control as long as possible instead of maybe giving extensions early.
But there are smaller market teams that have gotten it done. I mean, the Royals being one of them that do that very well.
They have. I think with this front office, yes, they haven't extended a guy. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The previous ones, Adam Jones was extended. Chris Davis obviously is one of the extensions. They brought in some pieces to help win. Nelson Cruz is one of those big additions in free agency. So it's either seeing a big splash, which I at least want to talk about. They did make a big splash last year for a trade for Corbin Burns. Like, that's a massive move. Didn't stay, but I get it. But you're right. At some point, they're going to have to make it. And that's what I was telling you, Brad, about the line in the sand.
Yeah.
Cedric's price point, I don't blame if the Orioles didn't want to, but if you want guys to be here that are close to being on the way out, you're going to have to make a decision. Like, one guy I would say, and the Oriole fans are split on him as a pitcher, I would extend Dean Kramer.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it. I would extend Dean.
He's very reliable.
Very reliable. You know what you get. And I know that people would say, well, no, extend the big guys. Start with some guys.
Somebody.
And also get a good value. And Dean's not a greedy guy. Now, if he goes out and pitches really well and he gets better, well, then, yeah, Dean's going to want more of what he's worth. But right now, you offer him a deal, you know you're worth. The Orioles then, moving forward, that is going to be one of the hardest things that they're going to have to consider, especially that with guys like Westberg, Gunnar, and Jackson all have Scott Boras, who wants to make sure that his players are getting their worth. What do you got? Something happened?
I don't know. I think so.
Should I keep talking? Like,
keep talking.
Okay.
I'll just interrupt you.
Okay. So anyway, the point being here, I want to see more players get extended in Baltimore. And if you're not winning games, then it's only going to grow louder when those guys aren't extended. But in this case, for guys like Cedric and Ryan O'Hearn, of the two, Cedric, if you wanted him to stay, you could have, but you're planning for the future. Ryan O'Hearn, I love Ryan. I'd love to see him here because I think he can help the team if you sign him to a 2-year deal. But more than likely, his spot would get cleared if he gets traded here. It means Sam Basayo is going to be that guy. In my opinion, Sam Basayo is going to come up, play first, and then catch when he's not in DH. So you're going to have to clear for your prospects. The Orioles can't be in the middle, Brad. I think that's the part of it. When you look around Major League Baseball and some of these smaller market teams, you play your star prospect and you grow with them. Jackson Chourio and the Brewers, same as Jackson Holiday. The difference was last year, the Brewers said, you're playing every single day. He broke with the team, and the rest was history. He started to figure it out. The Orioles haven't done that for guys except for Gunnar and Adley. Their first times, when they got called up, Gunnar and Adley played. Mm-hmm. They played. Jordan Westberg didn't play his first year he got called up. Not much. And Colton Cowser didn't much. They were role guys. They were bench guys. Now in 24, they decided that Jordan Westberg's going to play every day. And look what he's become, an all-star. Colton Cowser developed into a really, really solid addition, but he wasn't the third outfielder on the team. He was the fourth. And he got hot early, that series in Boston, and the rest is history. So we could talk about that till the cows come home.
Seeing reports, I'm still trying to finalize this, but it's starting to increasingly look like it's happening or did happen. Adolis Garcia traded to the Mets.
Yeah. Adolis Garcia to the Mets.
What?
Yeah.
You guys are you shitting me?
No.
The Mets are going for it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mets want this. I mean, talk about hell. I understand it. Adolis Garcia, he's batting .227 this year. He's got a .667 OPS. He has not been great. And at times he's been downright bad. I have not seen
this guy's Mr. November. Though.
Yes. I have not seen a guy walk into his first October run and just take over like Adolis Garcia.
As soon as we get that. Yeah, I mean, he's a beast.
He's
a beast.
Incredible.
As soon as we get the actual, the confirmed report, I've seen some people put it out there, but when we get one of the big writers that confirms it, maybe pass him when he automatically or atomically bombs, whatever the hell the term is.
Atomically bombs, yes.
So we'll get into that and all that and much more. But let's get into now what the Orioles got back from the Mets. And the Mets are active. Steve Cohen's saying, screw it.
I'm loving what the Mets are doing.
I love what the Mets are doing. And by the way, for the record, the Mets have been there for a while, and they have chosen to be who they are. They've been to one World Series recently when they had that run. They lost to the Royals in the World Series. Other than that, they've been that second team in New York. Yeah. They haven't had that success. Steve Cohen is saying I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and people saying, "Oh, the big teams, they're spending too much." Well, Steve Cohen saying, "Sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm going to spend it.
Yeah.
Screw it. I'm going to do it." So I applaud him. They're making moves, but let's talk about who the Mets gave up, Zach.
Yeah.
And the big one is when you're looking at Gomez, guy that throws absolute fuzz. Do we have like a screenshot or something we can show our audience?
Yeah, let me pull some of those. So I'll give a quick the thing with Gomez is the kid has the definition of an electrifying fastball. The downside with Gomez is he doesn't know where that fastball is going. He has an 80 grade fastball, a 35 grade control. So that, and a 60 grade slider. That 60 grade is a lot of people's best pitch. So an 80 grade fastball, a 60 grade slider. And let me share this real fast just so we can get a boom. So as you can see, right at the bottom, 80 grade fastball, 60 grade slider. Overall, it's a little cut off, but he has a 40 overall. This is a guy where I think this is a classic. Okay, one, what have we talked about with Sir Anthony Dominguez, Brian Baker, those guys recently? What changed the way that they kind of approached everything and took them to that next level? It was adding a third pitch. For Gomez, it's going to be about adding a third pitch. It starts with the control. If he can get it under control and add a third pitch, I think the Orioles got something here. Like this is as big of a, we've been talking about lottery tickets, an 80 grade fastball and a 60 grade slider that we're not playing the scratch offs with top prize of $100,000. We're playing the $2 million scratch off here. This is the, hey, odds might not be best, but if this pans out, oh my God, Correa is back to Houston.
Oh, they did it.
They did it.
Is it
Holy
confused?
shit.
Wait, okay.
Jeff passing bomb.
What is happening? By the way,
bomb.
we haven't gotten any of the true confirmations on Garcia. We're going to get to this news real quickly on Carlos Correa in just a moment. To finish off the Gomez part, you are chasing talent and upside, and you mentioned it, Zach. When you have plus stuff, you chase that. And for the Orioles right now, that is one of the players they got for Cedric Mullins. This is one guy you want to eye because Zach right now, I know he's had some rough outings so far at the high A level, but when he was at A ball down there, just in low A, he had a .69 ERA in 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
He had 20 punch outs in 13 innings. So he has power stuff, but he's going to have to figure that out. We'll get more back into this trade haul and what's happening here moving forward. And yes, with prospects, there is a lot of what ifs. You don't know. But in this case right now, if the Orioles were making the decision that they were not going to re-sign Cedric Mullins, you have to go out and get guys no matter who it is. You need to replenish your farm system, specifically in the pitching side, because they have lacked depth on the pitching side in their organization. You're building up more parts here, so I'm really interested to see how it all plays out. But for the Orioles, you get 2 top 30 prospects as well as another player in this deal, and we'll see how that plays out. The Cedric Mullins goes to the Mets. Veteran joins the team that is playing with a lot of confidence and expects to make a run at the World Series. But if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We're live every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but welcome to the draft special where we've been going since 1:30. We're going to the deadline or past it because of all of the moves. And guys, it gets chaotic. It gets going. Shirts and pants, Carlos Correa is going back home to the Houston Astros. And how about that? Jeff Passan just dropped that tweet that has confirmed it. The Twins continue to sell. We don't have any information on that, right, Zach, at the moment?
No. Not sure what we have as a return yet. Let me check. Just going through everything. No, just so far I'm seeing that he is going back to Houston. I know that was the one place that he said he would waive his no trade clause.
It is getting nuts here, guys.
Carlos Correa, I mean, was it ever more obvious that Houston was inevitable? Like they get their big time playoff performer back. I assume he's going to play third because you're not moving Pena off short the way he's playing.
You would think, but now with Ramon Arias, when they brought him, obviously they still have the need. But Correa, power hasn't been there this year. He's been obviously banged up a little bit and trying to battle through injuries, but he's going back to a familiar place. I think that's the biggest thing with this deal, by the way, is that Carlos Correa is going to a place where he excelled, where he had success. And yeah, playing at Houston, you kidding me? Hitting the ball to left? Do you think Carlos Correa loved playing in Houston? You're damn right he did.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's going back to a team in the Astros, man. They are inevitable. You can never count them out. And now they continue to be aggressive. And the Minnesota Twins went straight sell mode. And they have been selling off. And now you wonder, it's like, well, I don't think Joe Ryan's being moved, but they are full sell. Minus Byron Buxton has a no trade clause. He even said, hey, I ain't waiving that. I'm staying in Minnesota.
He was like, you guys can try. He was like, I'm not moving.
Yeah.
I'm not moving.
So that was a name, Brad, maybe that, he could be moved. We weren't sure, but here it is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all the way up until about an hour ago, it was all but a dead deal. And something must have happened, and we're still waiting on those details, correct?
We are still waiting on the details.
The Astros must have given them a haul, or I know if memory serves that the Twins were looking to have the Astros absorb $50 million of the contract that Correa has. And I think the Astros were more or less saying fuck off with that. So I think if the deal got done, I would have to imagine it's because the Astros decided that they were going to take on a good chunk of that contract.
Yeah, so Jeff Passan just tweeted out the Carlos Correa to Houston deal looked dead 24 hours ago. They revisited, bridged a significant financial gap, and Houston, with Isaac Paredes out for the season, welcomes home Correa, who waived his no-trade clause to approve the deal.
Yeah. So there you go.
There it is. And by the way, we're going to keep getting into this. I didn't want to miss some of these supers, by the way.
There was a giant one, a huge.
Yeah. Well, Tom.
Oh my gosh,
Tom. Yeah.
Get on up here. I would say we take another shot, but we're still trying to be a little bit responsible.
We got 2 hours to go.
Well, we got 2 hours to go here. And I mean, Brad, we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah,
we're going to be here all night. But
yeah.
Tom, thank you. We're making it happen here. Hey, do we have a little applause on the board?
We do. Hey.
We might get frisky on the Birds After Dark, or I should say Rip After Dark. Sorry. Birds After Dark was the account that we were going to make in Norfolk when we weren't playing well. And we're like, well, maybe this will help us make money because our baseball careers might be done. But I digress. If you're new to the channel, though, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're based out of the Baltimore, Maryland region. Backbone of our content is baseball for the spring and summer, but we do talk a ton of football. I mean, that becomes the focal point in the fall, but don't worry. I did say that baseball is our backbone, so we're going to have some tremendous guests. We sat down with a lot of Hall of Famers and some great baseball minds throughout. That's not changing, but we do cover a lot of football. We go around all of sports and a little bit of pop culture mixed in. But for right now, you're tuning in because you're a baseball fan, you're a trade deadline fan, and the moves are humming here around MLB. The trade deadline don't stop for anybody, guys.
Nope.
And so far, it is not disappointed. This trade deadline for Major League Baseball cannot be matched in any sport.
No, it's like the All-Star game.
It is. Baseball, this is what you do. You make moves. You think that someone isn't available, and whammy, they are. Carlos Correa has been moved.
Everyone's for sale.
Everyone's for sale. But this is the thing, a lot of big-time players have been moved here over the last 48 hours alone. So thank you for all of that. Wally, thank you.
Appreciate you, Wally.
It's perfect time to extend Gunnar arbitration eligible in 26. Buy those years out and add a few more. Show some commitment. I agree. I also know that the Orioles have talked to him quite a bit.
Yep. Scott Boras even came out during winter meetings when we were there and said that the Orioles made a very aggressive offer. So for Scott to say that, I think that means something.
Yeah. I just think that it's one of the equations here that I know people would love to see be solved.
Yep.
However, there's so many things behind the scenes that not all of us will know. And for the Orioles case and for Gunnar and knowing who the agent is, they want something that really makes a ton of sense. Not that the Orioles don't want to keep Gunnar. It's a priority to extend Gunnar Henderson. I can guarantee you that. But it's not going to be easy given the fact of where everything is. So you hope. And Wally will get to the other super, by the way, as well, about Kyle Tucker. Thank you, by the way. That will be for a different discussion on Kyle Tucker. Could the Orioles, of course, you could say hypothetically, but I think Kyle Tucker, if Juan Soto got what he got, and I'm not saying Tucker's going to get more than Soto, I think he's going to price himself out of many, many teams, and I don't think Baltimore is going to pay that price to bring in Kyle Tucker. But
no.
Any news now that's come out with the Carlos Correa deal at the moment? Zach, anything?
No, I have not seen. Once again, just if we could please, when big moves are made, if we could just, announce both sides of the deal.
Yeah.
Like,
you already know both sides. Like
I've not seen a single update. Like, at least tell us for prospects or for the we get not they're just it happened. And then because everyone has to be first, and then apparently Carlos Correa has agreed to play third base for the Astros, according to John Moroso.
Oh, so we know that information, but we can't give the rest of the trade information.
It's baseball, baby.
Make it make sense.
So also, I've seen some thoughts about Ryan O'Hearn. We don't know where he's going yet, but we are hearing Texas has interest.
Yeah, a lot of people apparently, a lot of teams.
A lot of teams, but they're
asking prices.
The asking price is high right now. And we're going to find out if a team's going to cave here as we get closer to 6 p.m. We're an hour and 45 minutes away. And guys, we got people streaming from everywhere right now. And if you are one of the 560 watching live on YouTube right now, just alone on the Ryan Ripken Show, and the 184 on Kevin and Zach React, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. By the way, Kevin and Zach React, they go live after every Orioles game and breaking Baltimore news to talk about things. And it's all part of the Ryan Ripken Media. Hi, my name's Ryan Ripken, if you didn't know. And we do a show every Tuesday, Wednesday. Hey, we got a lot of new people here that might not know what we're doing.
I got you.
So you got to introduce yourself. You put out your hand. You give a firm handshake. Nice to meet you. We like to talk ball. We like to have fun here. Normally, our shows are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 2:30 to 4:30. But when it's trade deadline special, we're doing the whole thing, and we are talking a whole hell of a lot of ball here. And it has been a great day so far. So hit that like and subscribe button if you like what you're seeing. And if we get over 200, and we're probably close to it or maybe over it.
We're over it.
Oh, well, we are going to spin the wheel at some point
We're
here.
at 238.
Do we need to change this then to some different, more challenging moves?
Whatever you want, bro.
Yeah. So, and also, by the way, you know what? I might text our guy, Daniel. I might have to text Daniel Alvarez Montez. Hey, I'm going to text him right now.
I did want to point out, there's been no confirmation about Adolis Garcia.
That's what I was saying. Or when I was
and
looking
now that it became a bunch of big accounts tweeted it out.
That's why I said I wasn't confirming it yet, but
now all of a sudden now everyone's
loud.
now people are deleting things.
If a big guy don't tweet it out, and Daniel Alvarez with El Extra Base, I believe in him because they are a huge publication, especially covering the Latin ball players. They're the group you need to know.
Oh, yeah. And
if he's tweeting it out saying, nah, it ain't happening, well.
We need Oscar. We need Oscar, too.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you got? What do you got, Zach?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying about Daniel saying that he's not going.
So, in case you guys are just tuning in, we are reacting currently to the news of Carlos Correa going back to Houston. Houston just continues to be that stingy team.
Yep.
It's always in it.
They're always in it. And you know what? they're being aggressive because they believe that their window's still now. I got to give the Astros, you can hate them all for what happened with the trash cans, the scandal, and all of this. And I completely understand, and rightfully so, they deserved hate. They did.
Yep.
They did it. You broke the rules. You
But
got to deal with it.
The only player that's on that team is Altuve now, right?
At the time of that, yes. Well, Correa is now back.
Well, yeah.
So there's that. But all of what they've been doing.
Yeah, that was about to be my point. Like, it's not the same team anymore.
Their organization has done a fantastic job of just being in the hunt every single year. And they made a bold yet brilliant trade, trading Kyle Tucker away, and Cam Smith has looked like a sensational value for them moving forward and player. Now they're still going for it. They have great starting pitching. They have good back end relievers. I still think that they could be aggressive and get somebody else to really bolster that. But I think the Astros are going to be more aggressive with this, guys, because of what the Texas Rangers have been doing over the last month of playing better ball. They're back in it. And then the Mariners go and making the big splashes. The Astros believe that they can make a run. And if we're looking around the American League, and I'll pull up the standings again, why wouldn't you believe that the Houston Astros aren't going to be right there yet again to be the team that represents the American League? What happened?
Boys on the move.
Yeah, the Texas Rangers are acquiring left-hander Danny Coulomb from the Minnesota Twins. So
Danny!
Wow.
Igooey!
It's like right on cue with this whole situation.
Igooey!
Texas improves their bullpen here. We don't have the information on that yet.
Hell no. We won't know that for 7 hours.
Okay. Well,
or like 3 minutes.
AL West, man, they're not messing around right now.
Dog fight. It's what I want. AL and NL West. If you are in one of the Western divisions, you have found yourself in an absolute dog fight right now. I mean, that's just Danny Coulomb takes. I mean, he has been one of the most reliable guys in the league. I mean, let's look at his stats real fast. On the season, he has 31 innings pitched. He's allowed 4 total earned runs. Just been a absolute. How many games? I already said how many appearances. 40 appearances, has a 1.16 ERA, a 0.97 whip, 2 saves. Hey, for a Rangers bullpen, this is a massive upgrade. I mean, Danny Coulomb, he's one of those guys where I still said, like I said last year over the offseason, it very well. He should have been an Oriole this year. I still think that was one of, if not the biggest miss, but I'm glad he's on a contender. I
agree with the sense of, I think that, let me explain why he wasn't, and I'll explain why I think he still should have stayed. Danny's medical on his elbow, which has been a problem the last 2 years, where he's been on the IL and had surgery even last year. There was a lot of worry around that. So you trusted your medical team, and that's why they made the decision. But having said that, my argument would be he's pitched through this, and he's been sensational through the part of it. So I would risk at the salary he was at the time of what they could have had him for. I think you bring him back because he's comfortable in Baltimore. He had success. And you know what? He went to Minnesota, did his thing. Now he's going to Texas, right in the middle of this race. And if you're just tuning in to the Ryan Ripken Show, hit that like and subscribe button. And Kevin and Zach React, all part of Ryan Ripken Media, collab together today. So hit that like and subscribe button. I am trying to what am I trying to do? I'm trying to take something off the screen so I can put something else on the screen. Here we go. Because I want to pull up the standings again. And this is why when we're seeing in the AL West and for where this wild card race is. So the Astros currently hold a 5-game lead in the American League West. But right now, they have 2 teams that are fighting for that final wild card spot. The Mariners and the Rangers both sitting 5 games over 500. The Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees hold the top 2 spots for the AL wild card, where they only are sitting, a game and a half ahead for the Boston Red Sox, on top of that. So they're 2.5 then for the Yankees above the Seattle and the Rangers. So you are seeing the urgency from the AL West teams to make a push. Now, we heard going into this that Boston was maybe not going to be as aggressive, and a lot of people were saying, is Jarren Duran available? Well, he hasn't been moved. I don't think that they will move him. They did acquire Steven Matz from the Cardinals. The New York Yankees made a big splash getting David Bednar. They have made some other moves as well in the process, but that's the big headliner move for them. And then there's the Cleveland Guardians, guys, and the one name that was floated earlier was Stephen Kwan. And so we're looking at the bats that still could be available around baseball at this moment in time. Stephen Kwan is a name that's drawn buzz. Orioles' Ryan O'Hearn is still not on the move yet, but we have about an hour and 37 minutes for that all to get decided here. But as you can see,
Astros aren't done.
Did they make another move?
Yes. The
All
Astros,
right.
according to Jeff Passan, are acquiring outfielder Jesus Sanchez from the Marlins. Source confirms to ESPN.
Well, Jesus Sanchez, the guy that hit 900 against the Norfolk Tides in 2021.
That one. That's the one.
That dude, if he just played the Norfolk Tides, he would be the greatest player of all time. He absolutely destroyed us, but he's a guy that has tools as a hitter. Never always put it all together, but this year, solid year so far for Jesus Sanchez. 10 home runs, 256 average. Let me see if I can pull up everything on this. Man, the deals just keep running through. The Astros, so this eliminates them from I don't see them making any other position player move at this point.
No.
I would be shocked now. So for those that are tuning in, Carlos Correa reunion with the Houston Astros. Ramon Arias was moved over there as well, traded last night from the Baltimore Orioles. And now Jesus Sanchez is going to Houston. Telling you what, man, they ain't messing around.
This is so fun.
They ain't messing around here.
All right.
I love the deadline. This is my favorite day of the year.
Yep. Oh, good times. And I saw some people. Yes, we'll go back to talking about the Cedric Mullins deal, which we actually did talk about Cedric.
Yeah, we talked about
for quite a long time about what the Mets are getting, what the upside for Gomez. Yes, we can go into some of their other prospects, but overall, the Orioles did get 2 top 30 prospects for Cedric Mullins, which I think was a lot more surprising actually than maybe fans would have thought. Yeah. Especially, sometimes like I how do I want to put this, Brad or Zach? Everyone's who follows their team might have a bias towards the valuation of their player. Because some people in Baltimore I know thought Cedric Mullins was not that good, didn't have any value. But the Mets clearly thought 2 top 30 prospects and another player, that's good value. Mm-hmm. And others are saying, well, hey, that's not a good enough deal because he's so good. So it's somewhere that you got to find in the middle here when you're evaluating talent. So there are so many different phases of all of this. But for the Orioles getting 2 top 30 prospects for Cedric Mullins, who is out on an expiring contract, and you know what that tells me, guys, which we all kind of understood. The Baltimore Orioles were ready to let Cedric walk in the offseason, test free agency, and now the deal is done. But the Houston Astros, man, they have just been on a bender so far here, making moves. Arias, Carlos Correa is the big name that they bring back.
Yeah, Jesus Sanchez.
And now Jesus Sanchez. And here was Jesus Sanchez's number. And I tell you guys, as we get closer to the deadline, teams are going to be willing to maybe give up more.
Yep.
But here's Jesus Sanchez at this current moment in time. He will be 28 at the end of the year. 10 home runs, 36 RBIs. Solid bat, nothing crazy, not exceptional.
God damn, that was loud.
Yeah, so it's storming in the trade deadline market, and it's storming right outside the studio here.
Holy crap.
So This is very, very interesting. But Jesus Sanchez, it's a good depth piece for them that they hope is going to do better. What do we got?
And there it is. The San Diego Padres are acquiring Ryan O'Hearn from the Baltimore Orioles.
Wow.
Damn.
So Gavin Sheets, I'm texting.
Oh, that would be sick if it was Gavin. It was for Gavin Sheets as part of that deal.
I'm not sick for Gavin. That would be quite upset.
Well, he would welcome coming home.
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm saying from the pennant race.
And also Daniel Alvarez with the text back for me, and shout out Daniel Alvarez of El Extrabastre. He goes 100% fake for Adolis Garcia. So get that out of here. Get that out of here. But Ryan O'Hearn, there it is, everyone. Ryan O'Hearn being traded to the San Diego Padres. Do we pour another one out here at this point?
A lot of Orioles players going from last to first place. We got Seti going to a first place team. Urias went to a first place team. And now you got Ryan O'Hearn going to second place team, but damn close to taking over the Padres 3 games back from the Dodgers right now.
3 games back.
Yeah. So, sucks, but I'm guessing this is going to be a decent return from the Padres as well.
Apparently the Padres are giving away anybody. So like, I'm really excited to see this.
Yeah.
I'm curious if I get a text back from Gav and he's like, "Oh, I'm in the deal." That
would be hilarious.
It would be pretty wild, but I doubt that. Whoa, and Ryan and Ramon Laureano.
Oh. Oh my God. Wow.
Are they trading Gavin Sheets here now?
I was gonna say.
Whoa.
Look, we know that the Orioles.
Do they have a single major league player left on this effing team?
I don't know.
Like, is Mike Elias like getting fired and he's just fire sailing the team? What are we doing?
Holy hell.
This is
my God.
Mike Elias, we're not trading anyone not on a expiring deal.
Oh my goodness. So
truth teller
Ramon Laureano is gone. So Preller, if you're giving up everybody, who you giving back?
Gavin Sheets, damn it.
Oh my goodness. The San Diego Padres, it's out there. They're finalizing a deal to acquire Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano. Sources tell ESPN.
That is a Jeff Passan bomb.
Goodness gracious.
There's 600 of you guys watching on YouTube, by the way. We need some likes and some subscriptions because you're not getting this coverage anywhere else.
Goodness
just saying.
Gracious.
Subscribe to the channel.
Wrong one. Oh, God. I'm all out of sorts right now.
I know.
There it is.
Woo.
San Diego Padres, Jeff Passan just announced Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano are leaving Baltimore to the Padres.
Wow. I'm like speechless.
I'm not shocked that they traded these guys.
No, but that package.
But who is coming back now?
Yeah.
Who is playing tomorrow? I mean, like, is Elias selling the whole day? Am I getting traded? Like, what are we doing?
Well, we already know Kevin.
Still competing in 26 is out the window.
No.
Every player that we're getting, Mike's getting rid of Kittredge. We're getting everyone. We were told that it was just going to be. Once again, the fan base, I get why they get pissed off because Mike lies to them constantly. We weren't trading anyone outside of guys on expiring contracts. Ramon Laureano was the bench bat, and guess what? We're going to spend all offseason looking for Ramon Laureano replacement, looking for Kittredge replacement. Like, they better have gotten a haul. This better be an AJ Preller, like, masterpiece of what did he overpay for them to give up both. Ramon Laureano, that one pisses me off.
So here's
that's just $6.5 million deal for last year, and we're getting rid of. We're salary dumping $4 million. We're getting rid of $6 million. Are we poor? Like, are we that poor team? Actually, Jesus! Oh my goodness! It's just another day as an Oriole fan. Back to the cellar. Jesus! Oh my goodness! Can we keep players? I knew O'Hearn was gone, but can we keep our good players for 26?
Well, welcome to Zach Bollinger's TED Talk for today.
Oh my gosh. That was my last straw. selling another guy under contract. Jeez.
Well, you know what? In the process here,
Do we have a return?
No, not yet. I don't see one.
Well, I really want Gavin to text me back.
I know.
Get Gavin on the show.
What if he's in the deal?
I'm telling you, bro.
Wait, are they?
What if he's
Damn
in
it, they're
the
not.
deal?
They're not
happy.
playing today. I was gonna say, call him in the locker room and have him walk around and just be like, "Yo, are you on the deal?"
Are you still
If
there?
if Gavin is in this deal, I'm be so happy.
Oh man,
My friend just texted me, and it's so true. In 24 hours, the Orioles went from 2 Ramones to none, and that's a big.
Well,
that's a
so
big
here,
change.
so here is at least from the frustration side. I get it because you're going, what the hell, man? You're giving away our guys, which
That you said you weren't going to give away.
well, they did say Cedric and O'Hearn expiring contracts.
Expiring contracts, I have no problem with.
They
I don't know
said-
where we're going in 26.
They said Ramon, Laureano, those guys they'd listen to for the value. So let's see what the value is going to come back. But here's at least the positive for everyone out there that said, play the damn guys. Well,
now they
you're
get the
going
player.
to have to play some damn guys. So maybe Dylan Beavers is going to get an opportunity here. Kobe Mayo. Sam Basayo, Kobe Mayo. Kobe Mayo should play every single day the rest of the season.
Yes.
You better.
And if Kobe Mayo hits the ball like he has, and you let Jackson, Gunnar, Westberg, Adley, here's the thing I want to point out. If that works out and pans out, that's your infield moving forward. That's a really good infield.
I'm not mad about
That's
it.
a really good core. Outfield, you got some questions right now. You're figuring out. That's the biggest thing for the Ramon Laureano side, Zach, is the value for what you needed for next year was there. They're banking, obviously, that Tyler O'Neill with the deal. Do you have anything else out, Zach? Not yet?
I don't know.
So they're waiting on that. So, but in this case, I'm cool with, hey, Beavers, you've earned it. You've earned the right to come on up. So if that's the case,
it better be the case.
Then
well, and I know that there's been some injury issues, but Enrique Bradfield Jr. has also been playing some stellar center field. So I'm not saying he's coming up this year, but definitely as long as he stays healthy, I think he could be another piece that ends up getting a lot of playing time next year as well.
this is
But
wild.
Look, I understand Zach's frustration too because we
I
were told
completely get
some
it.
things, and then now that there's been a lot of backpedaling and
It's been a ton of backpedaling.
yeah. So, but to Ryan's point, lots of fans, including myself, just like frustrated. Why isn't Kobe Mayo getting playing time? Why are we having all these prospects that are tearing the cover off the ball down in AAA and have not come up yet? And now there's an opportunity for them to do it. We wanted room to be made. The room's being made. So I'm definitely not mad about that. And to be truthful, I'm kind of excited to see some
But
of
here's
these
the thing,
guys.
I can't trust that they're going to be played. And we've said multiple times,
That's
oh,
true.
this guy's going to
That's
be
true.
played. And we might be seeing them pick up 3 guys off waivers tonight that are in the starting lineup tomorrow. I can't trust that this team's going to play them because what has this team done over and over? Not played their prospect, hindered the prospect development.
I know.
We
I
have
know.
Jackson Holiday and Gunnar Henderson weren't allowed to hit against lefties to start their career.
Yeah.
Like I would love if Dylan
I hear
Beavers
you.
and them are the rest of the way as it should be.
I hear you.
Hell of a job.
I'm with you.
But we guys see the return and they have to play their guys. If they're not playing guys and we just go grab guys off the waivers, bring non-prospects up, it's going to be tough. Oh, do we have anything?
I don't
No.
think so.
Not yet.
So here's the thing. Again, and I want people to understand this from the fan perspective, because I get it. When you're like, shit, we won 100 games 2 years ago. We were in the playoffs last year. We had a winning season in 2022. Don't sell the good players. Ramon Laureano, in this case, they sold on high value. So
Yes.
we got to see what that's going to be.
I 100%
But
agree.
the big reason of all of why the Orioles, and I don't agree with this philosophy entirely, but when the Orioles won games in 22, they kept an open mind of, all right, in 23, we'll see what happens, but we're going to play it out. And if we're hot, we're going to just try to win. And guess what? They were the best team in the American League in 2023. Going into 2024, they traded for Corbin Burns. And then they decided we have enough to win right now, but we might have to sacrifice our playing time for prospects to owe it to our fans to go out and win.
Yep.
But with that philosophy, which is not the thing I entirely agree to, if you have studs, you got to play them.
Yep.
And you got to find a way, because if you lose the confidence of the player, you put him in a bad position, or you wait too long, then the guy could lose value. Now, I know people looked at that with Kyle Stowers, which again, Orioles fans were ready to move off Kyle Stowers last year. And I want people to understand that. Not Stowie, I loved his upside. I wanted him to get a chance.
Yeah.
They didn't prioritize him at all. So when they didn't prioritize Kyle Stowers, they made him expendable. But in the process, at the time, everyone hated the hell out of Trevor Rogers. But damn, guys, I got to say,
it's working out.
Trevor Rogers might be a huge part of the Orioles for the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
He has the lowest ERA right now of any starter that's pitched 2 months. He's not qualified for innings yet, but he's got a 1.49. So you got to make decisions. But fans wanted to see last year the Orioles going and make the move to get like a Mason Miller or go get a big arm. And I completely understand it's justifiable. But now at this point, the Orioles, you are telling me you need to go out and play who you think is going to be a part of your core next year and see if they are. What do we got?
Although I guess he's currently they got the number 4 prospect from the Padres at the moment. I don't know where he was to start the day. I would assume probably, but Boston Bateman, I was going to say, they had a lot of guys up there before, but okay. Left-handed pitcher in single A, ETA 2028, the 19-year-old, was a second-round pick last year, 55 grade fastball, 60 grade curve, 40 changeup, 50 control, 50 overall. Trying to just go. I guess it's his. Wait, how big is he? Oh, 6'8", 240.
Ooh,
Jesus.
God damn.
6'8", 240. Yeah, because the first thing it says is scouts streamed on Bateman's size.
So can we pull up, let's pull up more of Bateman. So where is this whole deal? Is there any other parts to that? Is that it? Or is that just the main headline in the deal?
I mean, Dylan Cease would have been nice.
I would hate if Dylan, I would be even more upset if Dylan Cease was in this. I would be livid. A rental pitcher.
Yeah.
And he's having an ERA that's close to 5 right now. So like the other names also starting pitcher, Zach Gallen hasn't gone anywhere yet. Value. Right? So and where did you see that, Zach, about Bateman?
It was just retweeted by Rock Kabako. Let me pull it up.
And so I want to pull up the profile then on.
Oh, gee, okay.
The Astros,
you know what? I'm going to take everything. Orioles,
wait.
hearing but not confirmed, Orioles got 6 players.
So the the Padres are not done. Sources are saying that the Padres are actually acquiring Dylan Cease.
The
Astros.
Of course they are.
The Astros.
This day is nuts.
Gee, 6
waiting to confirm.
Woo!
Waiting to confirm. It does look like the Padres are shipping off Dylan Cease. I'm hoping it's not another Adolis situation, but I'm seeing it from
where'd you see
multiple areas.
Who?
I'm waiting for.
All right, so we'll wait on the confirmation to confirm that. Zach, where did you see about Bateman? Just so I can see it.
Yeah, hold up. Let me go down to Rock.
Because we're gonna heel Cinnamon here for a moment. Heel Cinnamon. But we do know the Orioles have traded Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano. If you're just tuning in, welcome into the Ryan Ripken Show. We knew the Birds were going to be active. And yeah, we are based out of Baltimore, but also at the top of this, it's the Orioles. A lot of teams wanted their players at this point, and the Orioles are selling. Now, a lot of other players have been dealt. Carlos Correa is going back to the Astros. Closers galore have gone everywhere, including Mason Miller being the high prize at the Padres, and then the Padres strike again with 2 Baltimore Orioles right here. Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano, and apparently, according to Dennis Lynn, Boston Bateman is among the prospects going to Baltimore. So let's pull up the profile here on Boston Bateman in just a moment so you guys can at least see of what the upside is for one of the Padres' top prospects, which going into this, for right now, he's the 4th best, you said, Zach?
Yes. Not sure what he was going into today. I believe he was.
He wasn't 4 going into today.
He was, I think, around 8 today because they've traded 4 of their top prospects.
So he's a pitcher in A ball right now, but 6'8", like you said, 6'8", 240 lefty. And he's 19 years old, has a above average fastball, almost plus 55 grade. It's a 80 is the highest scale, by the way. So anything that's above 40 is above average, or above 50 is above average. So he's got a 60 curveball, changeup's below average, but the heater at his size, you expect him to continue to grow. He was the Padres' second-round pick in 2024. His fastball generally sits from 91 to 93 when he was coming out of college, or coming out of the draft. And you only believe he's going to add more miles per hour on this season so far. 4 ERA in 15 games in low A, 68 innings pitched, 75 Ks. Again, this is his first taste of professional baseball.
I'll tell you one thing. that Orioles top 30 prospect list is gonna. I wish we would have screenshotted before all the moves and after, because I mean, if there's 6, so let's look at it this way. You added one from each, the Mets and why am I blanking on Mets and Dominguez trade, and Blue Jays. So there's 2 top 30 guys now. Let's say maybe 3 of these guys, 2 of these guys. I mean, they might have end up adding like 8 guys to the top 30. Every time I get a notification from Twitter now, I'm just start.
And also, by the way, and this is what I'm saying about value for guys. If this is the case and Bateman was the 8th or the 7th prospect, so the Orioles, depending on the rest of the packaging coming back, because we still don't know that yet, right? So you once again got another team's top 10 prospect. So at least we know that at the moment. We don't know the rest of the deal. And I know when you hear guys that are so far down the road, it bothers you. But I'll tell you what, the Orioles, when we were talking about pitching and coming through the system, yeah, they haven't had pitchers that they developed that have come through the system and had success enough. But the one that's risen to the top, that's become a stud ace when he's healthy, Kyle Bradish, they acquired in the deal with that they sent Dylan Bundy to the Angels. And Kyle Bradish, when he pitches, is a top 5 pitcher in the American League. When he's healthy, that's what he's proved. So you're hoping with some of these guys that you're creating something else moving forward.
And I also want to talk about just when.
Okay, John Heyman is actually talking about this Dylan Cease trade. Not finalized yet, but there is.
Oh, okay. So I think with the prospects and everything, the biggest thing for me is not just like, I understand people see, like when I see the prospects, I'm looking for ranking and how highly rated they are, what kind of their value is, not because of, what can this mean for the Orioles and winning? Because let's be honest, the Orioles, let's say they get 7, 8 prospects that are entering their top 30 in this, not all 7, 8 are going to come to the major league team and produce. What you can hope for is that, let's say some of these guys all of a sudden this offseason get packaged for maybe a frontline pitcher, maybe a big, another bullpen piece. So just because these guys you acquired 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and you're sitting there going, well, why did we do this? Why, these guys aren't going to be here for a few years. They might physically not be here for a few years, but what they could potentially be is in another team's uniform next year or after the trade deadline next year. And then you then get value back in form of a top guy that's already proven. So that's the issue. The guys that, and like I've said, I've seen stuff in the chat, I think the Ramon, Laureano, and they must have gotten something good for both of them. I just don't know what I feel like they've given away a lot of guys that were kind of the finishing touches on the team that I thought were very stable guys. We talk all the time about veterans and the importance of having them. I thought Ramon Laureano was the perfect veteran to kind of be there next year, especially with now you lost Ramon, you've lost Seti, you've lost O'Hearn. That's really the 3 vets when you want to look at the team. That's going to be tough to replace in the locker room. I'm assuming Morton's going to be gone. So this team.
Yeah, the Orioles might not be done here.
Yeah, and also,
they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be.
And also, by the way, and I see a lot of people complain about Elias. If you've watched our show, honestly, we're not sitting here agreeing with every decision that the front office makes every time. And we're also not going to sit here and also look at all the negativity of, oh, damn, you're selling guys away. Let's be honest here. If Ryan O'Hearn walks in the offseason, Cedric walks in the offseason, and you get Sir Anthony walks in the offseason and you get nothing, what are you going to say?
Right.
This front office sucks. It's a lose-lose in that situation.
Right.
So if you're getting value, you take value. And also, people don't want to hear this part out loud. I said it last night. The Orioles' problem to me is not actually the talent that they possess. It's how they play the damn game.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, go watch it. Go watch it. And if you don't believe me, go look at other stats. The Baltimore Orioles in 2023, when they won 100 games, their starting rotation was a weakness going in. And then Kyle Bradish and Grayson Rodriguez were lights out down the stretch. Their offense was mediocre and got better down the stretch, but it wasn't a powerhouse. You know what they did well? They were a top 6 defensive team, and they were 30-16 in one-run games, and they were the best team in baseball in comeback victories. So you know what that tells me? They were good at the little things. This Orioles team watched the game. How many times have people then tweeted at me about this? This team's terrible. They can't field. They can't do that because one inning derails the team.
Yep.
And they lose.
Yep.
So miss me with this part of all the other stuff when it comes to the Baltimore Orioles. Fundamentally was the issue for Baltimore. They don't do enough of the little things right, and that's a reason why they are in this position. Because if they did half of those things right, enough, they would be buying right now.
I don't know if there's one Gold Glover on that team right now.
Right
now.
No, the only guy that was playing like it. Honestly, if you want to go, actually, I think it's since maybe April or something, or mid-May. Gunnar's actually on a very nice streak right now of airless streak, which is nice to see from him.
But again,
yeah, no,
like,
well, it's,
what
I'll
Ryan's
even take
been
it.
talking about too, like missing cutoff men.
Oh,
like
it's even
just-
base
It's the
running.
errors that
Base
don't
running.
show up in the stat
It's also
sheet.
the base running. I mean, it's
Yeah.
little things getting picked off. Like, I love when they're aggressive, but there's difference between being aggressive and, being sent or, going when it's like, okay, there's no chance you get there. It felt like there's a lot of, do we have something?
No. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get my point across here because I saw some people talk about facts. Do you guys want to guess what the Toronto Blue Jays, who are leading the freaking AL East, ERA is?
Oh, it's not great. That's why they have.
So this is exactly my point when you're talking about talent and fundamentals of the game.
Yeah.
You want to guess? Anybody? Brad? Question? I might have said it before.
Repeat the question.
ERA for the Toronto Blue Jays in the league.
It is, I believe, it's bottom half.
It is.
Yeah, bottom half.
22nd.
Yeah.
They are 22nd in baseball in team ERA, and yet that team is leading the American League East.
Yeah.
And we're talking about pitching's everything. It matters, but you got to do some other things right. I'm going to go down the list a little bit more here. So I wanted to see where they ranked. All right, Toronto Blue Jays, you want to guess where they are in the fielding?
I would say
top 3.
five.
Nope. They're bottom 10.
Oh, damn.
You know where they're number 1? Batting. Best batting team in baseball average-wise. And if we want to take it a step further on what they do in close situations, let me expand. They are 18-14 in one-run games. They're 7-3 in extra inning games. So we're looking at these tight moments. They're winning more games. You guys want to guess in this case? Baltimore right now, they're 14-14 in those situations, but I'll do the same exact stats on this case. So Toronto is excellent at one thing, right? They were excellent at one thing. Where do you guys want to guess the Texas Rangers are right now?
In what, offense or?
Let's go offense.
Not good.
26th in baseball.
Yeah, I was going to say
in
that's
average.
been horrible.
OPS, it's down there. But you know what they're the best at?
Fielding.
Pitching is 1 and fielding is 1. So it doesn't always correlate to the numbers being good, but my point being is what separates team in these situations? The fundamental plays.
Mm-hmm.
Guys on preventing big innings. not running yourself out of a big inning. It's all of those things that go into it. And if you watch the Baltimore Orioles this year, they have done so many things wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not.
And they're actually, I believe, top 5 in runs scored in the league, if I'm not mistaken. Check me on that. But they've
runs?
Because in the last, I think since Saturday, they've scored 55 runs. But I think in runs in general, they're actually not lead the league. They're in the top 5, I want to say, in runs scored.
No, they're 14.
And runs scored?
Yeah. Or else they jumped from, because of this weekend, they jumped from 21 to 14.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'll sell one comment here about preventing big innings equals good pitching staff. You know what also prevents big innings? By turning a double play ball when you should get 2 and you don't.
100%.
If it's not an error, but it's extra pitches. Or
I can't tell you how many games I've watched where Dean Kramer has pitched a gem and he gets 0 support from defense or offense for that matter.
So it's the plays that you don't make.
Yeah.
So if it's not an error if you don't turn 2.
Right.
But if you look at it and go, man, that would have got him out of the inning. Or you make an error and say you get out of the jam because the pitching staff's good, but your pitcher throws 20 more pitches.
Yep.
And then it changes where you're facing in the order. That's a part of it. How many times have people complained about runners in scoring position for the Baltimore Orioles?
Oh, my God. They're dead last in the league in that.
So that's one thing. That's another part of it. Situational play. There's more that goes into the game besides than what the errors are saying. But also, if we're going to talk about the Orioles stats and talk about fundamental baseball, Baltimore they've just improved themselves, or actually they're in a 5-way tie for fielding percentage. So there's only 6 teams that have a worse fielding percentage than them. Pitching wise, the Orioles are the 4th worst in baseball. And then batting, which was supposed to be their strength, which got a boost. They were at 22nd going into the Rocky series. They jumped up to 17th in average, and OPS, they jumped up to 13. They were 20th. So this offense getting healthier, better players on the field does help. The Orioles have good players.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, they haven't been good enough this year, and it's a big reason why Brandon Hyde was fired, and it's a big reason why they're selling at this point instead of trying to buy and chase down the American League East. It's a whole game within a game. And the Orioles right now, though, this is the business. Did you guys see the Giants the other day interview Bob Melvin and players come out and talk? Because the Giants felt like they were in it. They were leading the division, 40-29 at one point. You know what happened? They sucked. They stunk. And Bob Melvin, when they made the trade, Tyler Rogers was their best reliever that they moved.
Yep.
So they said, well, in this case, we didn't make it hard on Buster Posey, the president, to feel like he had to sell pieces off. And so for the Orioles, look, I get it, man. Were the Orioles disappointing this year? Absolutely. Is it frustrating and embarrassing for a fan base that expected them to take a step? Absolutely. It sucks. Losing sucks. But to me, in my opinion, the Orioles have won more games with a far less talented team than the one that they still currently had. They just didn't pitch up to the expectations. And when they had their moments, they didn't take advantage of them. And that's where we are, where the Orioles now have sent, we're counting it, 4 players: Ryan O'Hearn, Cedric Mullins, Sir Anthony Dominguez.
It depends if you want to count Baker.
And Baker. I count Baker Soto. So 5. They
5.
sent 5 players in the last few weeks here on their way. And that is a direct correlation. Because
so how many more?
So
let's look at it this way. So they've sent 5. How many more do we think? Because I would be floored if Charlie Morton's still here. Is Morton the last one that you would think
Or Sagano. Either one
gets traded?
Either one of them.
Wait, is it? No. It's more. It's 6. Ramon Arias.
Oh yeah, Ramon
Arias. So 6 players. Do we have any? I mean, do you think that this could be something where Morton, they only get, because I mean, they have an hour and 4 minutes. Ryan, how many more trades do you see happening with? Let's just keep it to Baltimore.
The bats are done, unless the only way we're going to see another bat get moved in Baltimore is if a prospect
is going for
a controllable arm, which at this point,
we haven't seen any starting pitching really move around.
So, and that's
makes
my
me
thing.
Nervous.
I think it might be an off-season thing at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm even saying as like for Morton, for Merrill Kelly. Like I haven't even seen like the guys that everyone assumed were going to be gone. Like obviously the Ceases, the Mackenzie Gores, those guys. I wouldn't be shocked if none of. Sorry, I got a notification. It was not about baseball. I'm just on edge right now. Like apparently we have 5 more prospects to figure out where we're getting from San Diego.
Yeah, we still haven't figured out that whole deal.
I mean, there's 6 of them, so I mean, I'll give them credit for this one. I guess that 6 is a lot harder to see. It's harder to find 6 names than 2. Also, I got to put a bet on the Padres to win it all. Gavin Sheets magic plus the Orioles magic.
Well, maybe
I would have
loved
loved for Gavin Sheets to be part of that deal, but
we don't have the full deal out, correct?
correct. Yeah.
Which I know, obviously, this is me looking, but like, I would love Gavin Sheets to be in the deal, like for us, and like that'd be so fun. But like, for his sake, to be on that fun Padres team.
Oh my god!
Like, I would love for him to. I would love for him to be able to be a part of that. Like that, they are having so much fun there
for sure.
They are having fun. I know all Orioles fans, it's not fun. There's the emotions of frustration from a season. And look, when I go on the rants of things, it's not because of trying to push it. I feel for the O's and the fans, man. I do. I hate it. You think it's a good feeling to know that a fan base that cares so much about their team hasn't seen a World Series appearance since 1983? And the fact that other teams in your division have all shown success, even the Blue Jays having some moments in the playoffs, more than the Orioles, but Boston's been to multiple, won multiple. The Yankees have at least won a World Series in the last 16 years. The Rays have been to 2 World Series in the last 17 years and had the most wins in the American League over a period of time. They were the 3rd most wins in all baseball going into, I guess, a couple weeks when they were stinking it up. I hate it for the fans, and I hope this changes. But right now, with where the team is, they had to make a choice because these guys, minus Ramon Laureano, were going to be leaving Baltimore.
Yep.
So in this case, the Orioles made some moves. They replenished their system. And now a lot of the young guys that people were clamoring to see, well, it's not under the circumstances that you wanted, but the Orioles are going to have to figure out who is going to be a big part of their team. So this year might feel hopeless in the sense of trying to win a World Series, but it's a very, very important when it comes to the development of who you hope to be the backbones of your team moving forward. What do you got?
I'll give it to them. The Orioles have some of the greatest names in baseball in these returns. Brandon Butterworth is another one of the prospects coming back. Let's see if he is on the. He is not currently in the top 30 from the Padres. So Boston Bateman at the moment is definitely the centerpiece. I gotta ask Padre if there are any Padre fans in the chat. Are they apparently Padres fans like genuinely think Ethan Salas is in this? There is no, especially with Bateman. I would be.
If they gave up Salas in this deal, I'd be shocked.
If they gave up Salas in this deal, I will go back completely on my rant and just go straight for like, I forgot AJ Preller's life motto of F every prospect. I will say someone put a tweet out. I forget who it was. And I haven't laughed that long in a while. And it was like, I would love a sit down 2-hour podcast of AJ Preller and Mike Elias discussing the importance of prospects. Talk about 2 polar opposites.
Yeah. And for a lot of the O's fans here, the ones that are really deep rooted and hurt and frustrated because you're seeing Preller saying, screw it, I'm going for it, which is awesome to see. If you're a Padres fan, you're excited. As an Orioles fan, you're frustrated because the reality is, I said this all the time, and if you're new to the channel, though, you haven't heard it, but hit that like and subscribe button. The main thing is, if the Orioles had won a playoff series during this time, the frustration wouldn't be as loud. Still be frustrated and disappointed, probably mad because that's just what happens. But if the Orioles beat the Royals and they faced off with a Yankees team where they've won the series each of the last 2 seasons, and they win that one and go to the ALCS last year, is this reaction as strong or not? I could say yes because you said we should go to the World Series. Sure. But with everything that happened, you still have a belief that the Orioles could win the game and go. I think that's what scares people is the Orioles haven't done it.
Well, it's because I think the biggest thing is because you then question the core. That's been the biggest thing.
And that's the worry.
And if this, I agree 1,000,000%. I'll even say, had they just gone maybe to game 6 in the ALDS, if they had not been winless in the playoffs the past 2 years, there are not these panic. It's everyone sees this as, damn, injuries derailed us. This sucks. Let's go for it again in 26. But because they haven't, I agree. People have that, well, wait, this core hasn't won yet. Like, what if this core isn't good? I'll tell you, I still put the Orioles core toe to toe with any core in baseball. You talking Adley Rutschman, Jordan Westberg, Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holiday. I'm putting them up against anyone. That's not even talking about Basayo and all of them and all the, the guys coming up.
And Colton and Mayo with what they're doing.
Yeah. And that's not even, discussing them. Like, that's the core they have. It's about surrounding. And that's why I'm so frustrated about the Laureano thing, because I felt like that was the perfect piece. That veteran, you get the team option, you make him your right-handed, bat off the bench maybe last year, because I'm sure he won't get as much playing time. And I felt like he was the perfect add-on. He kind of gave me those younger Aaron Hicks vibes of a guy that just goes out there and games. And so it's like, that's why I'm like, I agree. If they would have won, I don't think it's that big of an issue. But right now, people are looking at it as
their question is can this group win the big game?
Yes.
That's where it comes from. And that's the point that I'm trying to say, because here's the other part of this. The Texas Rangers won the World Series in 2023, went on a bender in the postseason. You guys remember they came to Baltimore and absolutely lit up the Birds in game 2. Good times. But Texas then, what happened in 2024? They sucked. They didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
But it wasn't that people looked at it as disappointing. Why? The Rangers accomplished the goal. They proved that they could win. Okay, disappointing, but they won. Winning cures everything. So it's not about what ifs or hypotheticals or anything that's going on. Winning cures everything. If you win, it takes away doubt. You can say the same thing since they're based out of Baltimore. People know the Ravens can win games, but you know what everyone keeps saying about a Ravens team that has Lamar Jackson as the quarterback? Well, they can't get to the Super Bowl, and it's not going to matter unless they do that, as good as their teams are. The Orioles, in this case, it's not going to matter how talented this young core is until they go to the postseason and they make some noise. Until then, we're going to have this conversation until the cows come home. But in the meantime, guys, we are under an hour from the trade deadline wrapping up, and it has been wild so far here. Wild here.
The Padres traded for Will Wagner from that, but
they're still giving away.
Yeah, the Dodgers.
They're not going to be able to field a.
Dodgers are acquiring outfielder Alex Call from the Washington Nationals, which that kind of. You know what? Never mind. I'm glad I just looked at it. I was today years old when I found out Alex Call was 30 and not 24. Okay, never mind. Nice. I don't know why I was convinced he was I thought he was much more up and coming. I was like, 24-year-old batting 274. Okay, he's 30 on the back. Okay,
I just saw a tweet. So one guy put out breaking: the Padres have canceled the rest of their minor league season. At that. Because they have no players left.
Yeah.
Also, looking back, hate to be this guy, we should have known the Adolis Garcia news was fake. The guy spelled breaking wrong in breaking news. He put it Braking. I don't know why the whole internet ran with it for like 5 minutes, then was like, wait a second. I don't know if this guy actually is breaking the news.
This is
also Boston Bateman. If that, it looks like that's going to be the main piece at what? 6'8", 240. Listen, if he doesn't have anything going on in the fall, Ravens might need him the first few weeks with Isaiah likely coming back from injury. So if he wants to be a blocking tight end as well, I mean, wouldn't hurt. 6'8", 240. I understand why. What does it say? He's touched 97 with his fastball, but generally sits at 91 to 93.
Dude, wild. This shit is bananas.
I'm actually excited. People can be negative all they want. I'm actually excited for this. I really am. Look, we've talked about how loaded the Orioles farm system was with position players, and within 48 hours, they're now loaded with pitchers, which is unbelievable. I mean, how many pitching prospects are now in the Orioles farm system? There's got to be at least 12, 14 easy.
Also, I am figuring out we are horrendous accounting. The Orioles have traded 7 guys.
Who did we miss?
We also missed Kittredge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a lot. Not
I was
only
going to say
the Orioles. So the Orioles have traded the most players at this deadline.
Yeah.
Have to have.
Yeah.
But
Well, no, except for the Padres.
well, big leaguers.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, in this case, guys, it has been a whirlwind of a trade deadline. So if you guys are just tuning in, we got, oh, God, over 3,500 on X. And then we got Kevin and Zach React, which is part of the Ryan Ripken Media. They got over almost 300 people on YouTube watching live, over 2,700 on Zach's X account. We got over 740, almost 750 people watching live here on YouTube and over 3,600 on X, man. Appreciate you guys. New to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We've been going over all the moves. And yes, if you're new to this channel, we talk a lot of baseball every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, live here, 2:30 to 4:30. But in the football season, we're going to talk a lot of football. But go check out a lot of the interviews that we've done. We sat down with a ton of Hall of Famers. We talk about the game, and we will get into a lot of football when the time comes. But our backbone is always going to be baseball here on the Ryan Ripken Show and a part of Ryan Ripken Media. So 51 minutes, and it's a good point right here. Now 52, now 51. Not a lot of starters out there, Brad.
No.
Zach, not a lot of
No.
starters that have been moved.
Which I'm just shocked by.
I'm really curious.
We got over 1,100 people watching across both platforms, by the way.
Yeah.
So hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel.
Yep, and also right here,
You
got
like what
people
you
joining.
see?
People join the channels. I don't even know where they're all joining from.
I don't either, but I'm loving it.
But
Here for it.
we're appreciated. And just another quantum wave function, Cora. Appreciate you. I'm heartbroken. Sunglasses to hide my tears. That was after Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano were traded. But in the giving season, though, by the way.
Nothing like a good retail therapy to
Yep.
help with the emotions there.
Yeah. And how about this, Joey D? I'm shook. And Joey, by the way, appreciate you, man.
Hey, thanks for the $10.
If that's if that's a donut too, by the way,
It is a
like
donut.
That looks
Yeah.
like a good donut.
you know what? That is some therapy right there. We could eat some with the best of them. And I've seen right here, the real Bateman in Baltimore. Please stand up. Amazing, beautiful. That did appreciate you. Giles, Felix, Boston, and Tyler are all 6 and 8. Holy shirts and pants. I'll finish it for you there. Yeah. Some big dudes. Tyler Wells, guys, I think if he's healthy, when he is, wouldn't be surprised if we see him be a bullpen guy. I would not be surprised at all if the time comes. And lastly, Kirsten Daly, appreciate you. Is it true you have to read this out loud since I paid for it?
Yes.
There it is. So then you should know that the
Six.
Six sheep six.
There you go.
Six sheeps.
sick sheiks, 6 sheeps.
Sick.
Unique New York.
I don't know if I like that. Unique New York. I like ow now brown cow, like we're in Anchorman here, but I don't know. Is that like voodoo that's put on us? I don't know how I feel about that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Goodness gracious here. Oh my goodness. Is it done? I don't know. We got 49 more minutes to rock and
I don't
roll
think it
here.
is. I
And
don't
guys, and maybe at this time we'll take a quick trip up to our friends at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. Hey guys. Well, I was trying to see what the odds are for some of these teams, of what's popping up. Or Zach, unless you have a bet you want to rock because you're hot.
Yeah. Yes.
You won 4 in a row.
5 in a row.
Five
Whoa,
in a row.
do not. Wow. That was crazy. You think you know someone, and then they just downplay your 5-game win streak. But We do have something. Last night I said we're taking Freddie Freeman. I said let's just 2+ bases. Let's get it over with quick. Let's hit a homer. He did that. Appreciate it, Freddie. But then tonight, not many games on, and obviously Yankees Rays is I assume over at this point.
No, there was a rain delay.
Oh, rain delay. Okay,
So they're still playing.
But I am going Andrew Abbott over 17.5 outs versus the Braves tonight. Just needs to go 6 innings, minus about 130 before, depending on the sport book you look at. But that's what I'm looking at right now is minus 130. So
to get to 6 in a row.
Andrew. And actually, funny enough, Andrew Abbott, I'm 0 for 1 on Andrew Abbott outs recorded bets because I needed one more out, and the opposing team hit a fly ball. And the Reds outfielder jumped up for it to make the final out. It hit his glove and went over the fence for a 2-run homer, and then they pulled Abbott the next pitch. So This is a revenge game. This is a revenge game for me. We're avenging last time.
Well, if you guys are tailing Mr. Bollinger here, you believe in him under. Oh no, because I have too many things on the screen. No.
Yeah, here I'll start.
We were so under 3.
I'll start removing stuff.
We were so under 3 seconds too, Zach. It was crazy. And there it is. Well, that's one of them right there. That is what I think it's got the wrong one again. Shirts and pants. But if you go to ESPN Bet, the offer is you bet 10, you get 100 in bonus bets, plus you get 30 days of ESPN Plus on them. But you must be 21 years or older. And if you got a gambling problem, call our friend Rocco DeSangro or 1-800-GAMBLER. But we appreciate our friends up at Hollywood Casino Charlestown Races in West Virginia.
I thought I got a Rock Kabako notification. It's just his story, and I don't think 6 players are believed to be coming back to the Orioles with the Athletic reporting inclusion of left-hander Boston Bateman and fielder Brandon Butterworth. Hope he makes it to the league.
Got some elite names going.
That's what I'm saying. Twine Palmer, Brandon Butterworth. The
Boston.
Yeah, there's been a lot of really good names that have been acquired.
Do we read this one off, Rick?
Yeah, hey, Christian, appreciate
I'm
you,
still
man.
saying that. I'm still shouting that from him or Pete Alonso. Give me one.
Earlier when I thought we had a chance next year, I was going to say sign Schwarber. So my question, how did they spend money this offseason? I think so. I do. I also think spending money could be on team controllable pitching. And if those guys don't get moved right now, and there's a lot of team controllable starters who I think are very good options, I think that could be in the offseason. I really do. And those guys, then you take on their salaries, and some of these pitchers have a average salary of 20, 25 million per year. That's a good price that you're taking on. And looking at this market going into the offseason, it's interesting because guys are going to be free agents like Dylan Cease and Zach Gallen. They haven't pitched well this year. So their value, yes, you're bouncing on a bounce back year or performance, but they haven't pitched up to what they were going to try to draw on the open market. So I'm really curious on how it's going to end up being here. There's so many questions, so many storylines.
Any last minute trades you think get made and who? Because I'll let you think about it because mine is the Red Sox. Why haven't the Red Sox done anything?
Boston did say that they were okay with not being over aggressive from what they said. Like Duran was a player that
very passive. I'll say
they've been very
for a team who could be, very well in the playoffs.
They very well could. So I'm really
all right. We have another.
Intrigued.
Are we are announcing this like it's a graduation. We're getting it one by one. So relief prospect Tyson Neighbors is he is number 12 prospect. Once again, these are current. I don't know where they were stood before.
This morning.
The Padres sold half their farm system. But yeah, so I'm now hearing that as well, which means it would be Brandon Butterworth, Tyson Neighbors, and Boston Bateman as so far 3 of the 6 that we know. I've seen some other things of who the other three are, but I need confirmation before I say anything.
Also, since you just mentioned the Red Sox, by the way, Brad,
Yeah.
Bob Nightingale just tweeted out, the Red Sox and Rangers are in strong pursuit of Diamondbacks starter Merrill Kelly with 45 minutes, now 43 minutes left to go in the trade deadline here.
Okay.
It is getting wild.
Well, that's why. So, I mean, because like Red Sox haven't done anything.
And
Which I'm
Steven
surprised.
Matz is the only player that they really acquired. They gave up hitting prospect Blaze Jordan, who has swung the bat very well, going to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Deborah, I saw the comment there. Morton hasn't moved yet. Boston could be an option. Does Uncle Charlie stay?
In the division?
Or does he just stay even, period? I don't even know anymore what's going to happen. I'm sitting here. It's wild. We've been live for almost 4 hours. We're approaching it.
And what's crazy is we've been live for almost 4 hours, and because of just
quick.
the chaos, that we still have like 1,000 people watching on both channels on YouTube. So appreciate everyone coming through and being a part of the chaos with us, because this is, without a doubt, I've said it a million times, this is my favorite stream of the year every year. This is incredible.
Yep, same.
Yeah,
Over 1,000 people.
I mean, do I do the little workout now because we're over 200?
I would do it after 6 o'clock.
After 6. What are we at right now? Are we at
343?
Oh, Luda, can we get to 500?
Maybe.
That'd be sick. 500 likes would be amazing. And if that happens, Zach is going to swan dive into the harbor.
I'll
tonight.
do it. Don't tempt me with a good time or
it
with
storming.
top prospects if you're Padres.
I'll swan dive if Gavin Sheets is in the.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, goodness gracious. But if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. This has been absolutely nuts, though. I mean, so many big names that have been moved so far. We'll go through the list here. Going back at least in the last 24 hours. And I appreciate everyone that's tuning in on Facebook, X, YouTube. We see all of it. We appreciate you guys. It does not go unnoticed. And we appreciate all of our sponsors that have helped us continue to grow here. Our community's so big, and our sponsors and partners have been so valuable to all of this. And we can't thank you enough. And shout out Merit Clubs right behind as well. They have been fantastic with us. They got a brand new offer starting tomorrow. So next week we'll be debuting what that is.
There you go.
If you were in Baltimore and you were looking for opportunities. And lastly, since we got a lot of people and a lot of Orioles fans, I'm assuming you're around the Baltimore region. A lot of people probably are. One little recommendation here is in a couple of weeks, BMW Championship is in Baltimore, August 12th to 17th. If you are looking to buy tickets, go to bmwchampionship.com. That's the FedEx Cup playoffs. Bryson DeChambeau, Patrick Cantley had that 6-hole playoff. It was electric. Tickets for even practice rounds are going as low as $30 to go up there to go watch them. So go check that out. And also, as a PSA, if you're a military member, active or veteran, they will give you a complimentary admission as long as you have a form of identification there. And if you have a kid under 15 years old with the purchase of an adult ticket, your kid can come with because they're trying to grow the game. So go check out BMWChampionship.com for more information. I plan to be on up there because I missed it in 2021. Why? I was still playing. And I was getting my ass kicked down to AAA. Oh, good times, man. Good times.
Your last year wasn't that bad.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. I also had a hernia working too, so that hurt.
Yeah.
That didn't feel good.
All right.
Subject.
I think at least, okay, sorry, this is not. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so I actually, now I have somebody, shoot, I already clicked on the link, so I'm sorry if I'm not crediting you, but someone sent me a link of the Padres before all the trades, and Boston Bateman's actually 6.
Okay.
So did not move much. Neighbors, who we know of, is 16. So that's still now. And then still the last one that we know of is unranked. I've seen rumblings of other things. I'm waiting for confirmation from any reporter pretty much, but it's looking like the Orioles may have gotten a decent decent haul.
I think that they did. I really do. The Ramon, I love Ryan O'Hearn as the player, and I'd love to see him in Baltimore. But if you don't plan to sign him, you got to move him. The one guy you didn't have to move then was Ramon Laureano because of the player option. But you did, and if they get this return, Zach, we'll try to break it down more and more moving forward. And I'll say this, and Nick Notes just put that as the last comment. Our farm is full of pitchers. If the Orioles were ever to be aggressive and make that big move, which everyone would love to see them make at some point in the future, go out and get a team controllable guy. Well, if you have prospects that have the value and you develop them enough in the minors where you can ship them off elsewhere, I mean, again, they haven't done it enough, but they did do it for Corbin Burns. And he is one of the top pitchers in baseball, obviously out for the year. That was a massive move, and they were willing to trade away. DL Hall was one, and Joey Ortiz in a pick. So maybe down the road, my gut is telling me, Brad, we're going to see them be aggressive in the offseason if we're not seeing anything at this moment in time as far as the deadline. But all eyes are on the trade deadline here on 6 p.m. specifically Eastern time, where we are approaching that. We are closing in. Apparently, John Morosi, did he tweet that? Did I see that from Nova?
Is this officially the?
Yes.
Is that because
Boston? Yeah, John Morosi just tweeted out Boston Bateman, Cobb Hightower, Victor Figueroa.
Yeah, it's the
Tyson Neighbors, Brandon Butterworth, and Tanner Smith.
Oh, so it was a little bit actually off.
I'll pull that tweet up right now.
We put that out 1 minute ago.
Let's pull that up here. And it's been a massive deadline. I'm really curious on the Merrill Kelly side.
And nope. Well, you don't have to be curious anymore. Breaking news. The Texas Rangers are acquiring right-hander Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks. Worry no more.
Well, there you go.
Boom. I mean, look, the AL West, man. Hey, good for you. The Astros, the Rangers, and the Mariners are big buyers now. This is the move that people were looking for the Rangers now. They acquired Danny Coulombe, former Oriole relief pitcher for the Twins, earlier today. Now you're getting Merrill Kelly, which, guys, you felt like one of those starting pitchers was going to go, and he finally does. And Merrill Kelly right now, that's a big name. He's having a good year out there for the Arizona Diamondbacks despite the season. I'll pull up his stats. But, man, and now I'm curious on the return because he's also a pending free agent, right, Zach, if I'm not mistaken?
No, Kelly, yes.
So there's a guy.
Another rental.
That's a rental. So I'm really curious on what that's going to be. Yep, unrestricted free agent going into next year. And he will be 37 next year. So I'm curious what that price will be. But in this prove-it year for him, which he's already made money in his career because he's been around for so long, Merrill Kelly's been dealing. So why don't I pull that up real quickly? Merrill Kelly, right there. 3.22 ERA on the year, 128 innings, 121 strikeouts. So he's not a big strikeout guy for those. That's what it means. I will also pull up what his baseball savant so you guys can understand what I'm trying to say when I explain his pitch selection. And my guess, with not being a big strikeout guy, and I don't even have to look at it, but following him, he revolves on a plethora of pitches, and yes, he does. Is exactly right. Because guys with more variety typically are pitching to contact, and yes, they can have wipeout stuff, but he's not a guy that has a when you don't have an overpowering fastball was where I was going with that. He does not. That puts you in that position to require you be good at throwing your other pitches. So I'll pull that up. We'll get the notes on that. We'll see if other moves are going to happen so far. But the Rangers are trying to keep up with the Mariners, and both of them are chasing the Astros as they try to make a run here in the ALS. What else just happened?
Not something that happened, but when we're ready to move on, we do have the official John Morosi, what the Orioles got for Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a haul.
Okay, so we are going to get into all of that and a whole lot more here in just a moment. In the meantime, hit that like and subscribe button to the Ryan Ripken Show. And Kevin and Zach React, part of the Ryan Ripken Media. This is all Ryan Ripken Media. And hi, Ryan Ripken. Nice to meet you. Glad you guys are joining us today for this trade deadline special. We are live every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the Ryan Ripken Show. And Kevin and Zach Reacts, if you're a Orioles fan, Baltimore fan, live after every O's game and for any breaking Orioles news. So make sure you are following over there, liked and subscribed. But here is Merrill Kelly's pitch chart or movement so you guys can understand. Not a strikeout guy, so what do you have to be? A guy that can move the ball around. And you can see that. He throws a plethora of pitches, a four-seamer and a cutter that can have a similar profile to an extent, but there's a different movement pattern. Cutter moves across. His fastball has more of the two-seam run. He throws his changeup quite a bit and then has a sinker, curveball, slider mixed in. Doesn't throw the curve and slider so much. He's mainly three variations of a fastball, and his changeup are his pitches he likes to go to. But he's joining a Rangers team that was already tops in baseball in ERA. So I'm curious on what that haul is going to look like here as we get closer now. That's one pitcher that people thought would get moved. He's moved. Who else could be moved here as we are 32 minutes away? Zach, let's get into this deal now that the Padres just sent to Baltimore for Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano.
Yep. So the Padres, sent 6 prospects over to Baltimore, and I'm going to go off what they were before all the trades happened today. So this is not the current MLB pipeline rankings. These are before the trade. So this isn't impacted by any of the trades. This is where they were before they got rid of the number 3 prospect in all of baseball, before they made the other moves. So you have Boston Bateman, who going into today was the 6th best prospect for the Padres. You then go to Cobb Hightower, the infielder, second base shortstop, was the 8th prospect. So you got 6 and 8. I believe Victor. I'm just going to say Victor. Figueroa. I did not say that right, but he went from unranked to 28 afterwards. So he was on that cusp of being in. Actually, wait, for him was there. Yeah, I believe he was. And then Tyson Neighbors is going into today was number 16. And then I believe Tanner Smith, if I have it correct, is not. But yeah, Victor Figueroa is number 29 now. He was unranked going into.
What was Brandon Butterworth?
That's an electric name again.
I know.
Brandon Butterworth was not ranked.
Get him a pancake deal. Brandon Butterworth. But hey, Tyson Neighbors, by the way, because people are saying, well, where's these guys that can help the team in the immediate future? Well, he might not make his way to Baltimore this year, but he now is in the higher ranks of the minor league system. Got moved up to Double-A recently. And if I pull this up right now, it's always under 3 seconds here at the Ryan Ripken Show. One Mississippi, right, Zach?
One Mississippi.
And one Mississippi. Tyson Neighbors, relief pitchers, had a good run between 2 levels there. 119 in high A and a 257 so far up there in Double-A. Extremely high strikeout rate in high A, 39 Ks in 22 innings. And in Double-A right now, he's got 25 Ks in 21 innings. Relief pitchers, guys, can move quickly if they have success. So I'm really excited about his profile, about what he can do. And so for more than one information on Tyson as well, his fastballs are graded 60, curveball 60, slider 60. So 40 to 80 scale. That's an above average stuff with his fastball, curveball, and slider. And that is something that, again, you're talking about finding bullpen arms or action. Well, there's one piece right there that the Orioles get back. We'll dive more into some of the other guys. But, Brad, you got something for me?
Yeah, according to Jeff Passan, the Chicago Cubs are acquiring super utility man Willie Castro from the Minnesota Twins. The Twins continue to sell, and it is 28 minutes to the deadline.
Wow.
Willie Castro is actually a really big move right there. One, the Twins.
What are the Twins doing?
Selling.
Well, yeah, no, obviously, but like, what? I was unaware that they were like in full blown rebuild mode.
Yeah, I did not get that.
I didn't know that either. I think they made an executive decision. I don't think they
Just clean house.
Well, for fans, I saw something saying, well, what's the plan moving forward with the Twins, where they were in contention to win this thing to start the year.
Yeah.
That was the plan going to the year, just like it was the plan for the Orioles to contend. And then it wasn't working out. And so I think once they sold Duran, their stud closer, you really were saying, all right, well, what else could we start to get value for? And they've gotten value, through this whole process. And they shaved off money with the Carlos Correa deal going back to the Astros. You added the second best pitching prospect in the Phillies organization when you traded Duran to get Mick Abel. Plus you got their number 4 overall prospect and Eduardo Tate, catcher. So they just said, screw it, Brad. We're going to start this process right now. And unlike, that's what I was saying, unlike with the Orioles, like the Orioles still know who their nucleus of their infield is going to be next year, whether you like that or not. If they're healthy, you got Jackson, Gunnar, Westberg, Adley behind the dish. And then you think it could be somewhere between Kobe Mayo, whatever happens with Ryan Mountcastle, still love Mountie, and Sam Basayo is going to be here soon. It's happening here in the next month.
Dylan Beavers as well.
So, and yeah, whoa, did Joe Ryan just get traded or no?
I don't know.
Don't tell me that.
I don't see anything.
Okay, I hope not. I don't see anything. Red Sox, apparently a report by John Morosi is the Red Sox are making a late effort to get Joe Ryan. So Brad, you said,
see?
There it is.
Hey, it's like, I know ball sometimes.
It's like, ball sometimes. Here we go. Guys, fellas, 26 minutes. If you guys are enjoying this, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show, we are doing this live, and we're trying to see if teams want starting pitchers.
I'll address the elephant in the room. Why is Charlie Morton still on the Baltimore Orioles with 20? Like, that's the one guy. Like Eflin and Sagano, I think, are very high. I have other reasons for wanting to sign Sagano multi-year. I think even Eflin, like if you don't get, I don't think with the injury he's going to get moved. I really assumed if there was one guy going into the deadline that you were like, he is without a doubt getting traded. Yeah. I would have thought it was Morton.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that too, actually.
So I saw about us doing a recap of all the trades.
Oh my God.
From Joe.
How much time you got?
Well, from today, let's just do today because,
Again,
it's a lot. Where do we start?
Yeah.
Let's start
because
with
Oswald Peraza has been traded to the Angels as well, according to Fox.
Let's go from the wee hours last night. The Nationals at this time, they acquired Ronnie Cruz and Christian Franklin and gave up Michael Soroka to the Cubs. These other moves I might just not, I'll glance over them though, but the Braves traded Rafael Montero, relief pitcher, to the Tigers in exchange for Jim Jarvis. That 3-team trade last night that got Zach Littell to the Reds.
Stop. Joe Ryan has been traded to the Red Sox per Fox Sports MLB.
Holy shirts and pants. Talk about putting your on the table.
The Twins they really gave. I can't believe this from the Twins. That's just crazy.
All right, we got to find that out now.
Yep. Wait.
Wow.
Who the Red Sox gave up for Joe Ryan, you mean?
Yeah, now I'm trying to.
Wow.
I mean, that is per Fox Sports.
Yeah. No,
this is insane. Is this the most insane deadline in the last few years?
It has to be. There's so much happening. So much happening right now.
Holy shirts and pants. So Joe Ryan is being plucked away. Is that confirmed?
Yes.
Where is that on Fox?
It was Fox Sports MLB tweeted that out. Yes.
Are we sure?
100%.
Yeah. Wait.
I haven't seen it, Brad.
Unless it's some goddamn
I haven't seen
fake Fox MLB account.
It might be, Brad.
Is it Fox Sports?
It was Fox Sports MLB.
Well, right now I got nothing.
You're
on.
following them, so I'm assuming yes, it's Fox Sports MLB. I'm on your Twitter account.
I'm looking at it right now. The only report that I see is Oswaldo Perez has been traded to the Angels. That
Hold
was 4
on.
minutes
Let me
ago.
just share the screen so y'all can either tell me that I'm crazy or that this.
I don't see anything on Fox Sports MLB right now.
It's right here. Oh no, Cubs requiring Will Castro. Where'd that go? All right.
Well, no, but
Unless they took it down, because I swear it was Fox Sports MLB.
it might have been because when I looked up Joe Ryan, everyone's tweeting Joe Ryan to the Red Sox.
I swear it was on here.
Well, we know that it is.
Oh, yeah. Someone just said, a Red Sox fan just said, Fox Sports just ruined my entire year. And someone said, what happened? He said, they tweet out that we got Joe Ryan, then deleted it.
See,
So-
I wasn't crazy. That was not me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fox Sports Twitter jumped the gun. If you saw it, John Morosi said the Red Sox are in talks. He didn't say that they had traded for him. Yeah.
Right.
So you are right. Fox Sports did tweet out that Joe Ryan was going. Thank you to our sideline reporter, Kevin Ostreicher, for helping us out behind the scenes there.
Yeah.
This shit is bananas. BANANAS.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "Damn, we got Fox Sports on here." And then I was like, then I was like, "You were like,
I was
you
like, I saw
followed."
the gold check mark.
Yeah,
I was like,
I don't follow the other account, so it was when I looked at it, I'm like, oh no.
Because you were like, I'm
Oh,
looking at it
no.
on Ryan's account, and I was like, wait, I'm looking at their account too.
yeah.
This has been a wild trade deadline, but to recap initially what has happened so far, right? There's so many moves, but we'll go over some of the big ones. So earlier in the wee hours, Zach Littell got traded from the Rays to the Reds in a three-way deal, which saw the Dodgers get Adam Serwinowski, Paul Gervais, and Ben Rochford. I definitely butchered that. And the Rays got Hunter Fiducia, Brian Van Bell. Then Twine Palmer got traded to the Orioles for Ramon Arias. He went to the Astros. Steven Matz in a 1-for-1 goes from the Cardinals to the Red Sox and gives them some more relief. Andrew Kittredge, reliever for the Orioles, goes to the Baltimore Orioles for Wilfred De La Cruz, prospect signed last year. One of the highest signing bonuses in the international bonus pool. The biggest bat that got moved was Suarez going from the D-backs to the Mariners for 3 players: Tyler Locklear, Hunter Cranton, Juan Burgos. Shane Bieber, Cleveland Guardians pitcher who's been recovering from missing the last year with Tommy John, goes to the Toronto Blue Jays, and they get one of the Blue Jays' top pitchers and prospects in Steven. Paul Sewald was acquired for cash considerations to the Tigers. Mason Miller was the big one from as far as closers are concerned, and that's where the A's got every single prospect that existed until the Orioles jumped in there and got some more from them. Kyle Finnegan to the Tigers from the Nats. Harrison Bader to the Phillies from the Twins. Talk about the sell. Cody Heuer to the Tigers from the Rangers. Yankees get David Bednar, which is a big move. I'll just go through the rest of the moves that people are interested in. Cedric Mullins to the Mets. Jake Bird, relief pitcher to the Yankees. Carlos Correa to the Houston Astros. Jesus Sanchez to the Houston Astros. The Orioles send Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano to the Padres. Alex Call goes to the Dodgers. And Danny Coulombe goes to the Rangers and now joins Merrill Kelly, who would just join them from the Arizona Diamondbacks. So this is holy shirts and pants.
Just a wild time right now.
There's a lot. There's a lot here.
There's a lot.
After the deadline, can we get a roster prediction of what? Of what's going on? Thank you, by the way. Are we saying like who gets called up in Baltimore or like
Maybe, yeah.
Or-
I don't
Who
think,
do the
and
Padres
I hate to
have?
break this to everyone. I don't think the moves everyone wants to see of the prospects are going to happen right away. I
No.
still think they're going to wait. And at this point, why would you not wait a week and a half to bring up Beavers and Basayo and them if you're going to get another year of rookie, if you're going to get their rookie eligibility next year? So I've been seeing everyone on Twitter is like, oh, well, this means Beavers is up I wouldn't be surprised if he's not up for a few days. I would love for him to just get called up tomorrow. That'd be super cool.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm not expecting any of the top prospects, Beavers and Basayo, to get called up really until I think it's the 15th.
Thank you. It's the same thing. Yeah. Continue, Zach.
Yeah, I think you're going to see more journeymen guys over the next few days, pretty much probably a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then once.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of empty spots you got to fill.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying we're going to see a lot of journeyman guys. I would not be surprised if, like, I would love for them to. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm dead wrong, and they call up Beavers and all them tomorrow. I would love to see Dylan Beavers in an Orioles uniform, but I wouldn't be shocked if at this point, if they're like, hey, if we wait 2 weeks, he gets rookie eligibility next year. I wouldn't be surprised if they went that route.
Oh yeah,
I do just want to say that fake Fox Sports report is ruining Boston's fan stays.
Everybody's falling. Everybody, yeah. I'm so glad I wasn't the one that was just like, I ruined it for everybody. No, Fox Sports didn't.
Well, MLB Network, I saw someone say that they might have talked about, like, made a comment about it. But you know what?
Hey, I did want to say to Mark Antonini, who is the voice of the Aberdeen Ironbirds high A ball for affiliate for the Orioles. He's a guy that has seen a lot of these prospects that are coming through to the Orioles on this Padres trade. He did say Cobb Hightower is an all-timer that sounds like an oil tycoon you'd read about in a U.S. history book, and Boston Bateman sounds like a main character in a Netflix mystery movie. Couldn't agree more there. But he said he has a lot of good things to say about these prospects as well.
We have a trade.
Go ahead.
The Kansas City Royals, according to Jeff Passan, are acquiring left-hander Bailey Falter from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Wow. So Bailey Falter was a name.
Yeah. God, Bailey Falter. You know what? This is big. This is big because Bailey Falter just finds out, and the Pirates were doing him such a disservice with how they were controlling his innings. So good for him. I think he's going to be he's a very solid left-handed pitcher.
Bailey Falter, lefty, going from the Pirates to the Royals, who are still in this race, by the way.
Yes.
And they, instead of moving Seth Lugo, they extended Seth Lugo. 3.73 ERA for Falter. He is a guy that, when you look at his stats, if I pull it up again, 113 innings, 70 Ks. He's a pitch-to-contact type of guy. He's not going to blow it by you. But the thing for him is he does not walk a lot of guys. 39 walks in 113 innings. Make him earn it. So the Royals are looking to bolster their bullpen as they try to get back into this whole damn race. Holy shirts and pants, man. This is something. And for the Royals right now, look, it's the Tigers division to lose. 9 games up, but the Royals are sitting on the cusp of trying to make a comeback here for the wild card. They sit only 3 games out, 1 game under 500. So they're not fully selling and they're not hard buying in that case. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, guys, we are 15 minutes away.
This is just crazy. And I'm not convinced that we're done. Not until the fat lady sings.
I don't think we're done yet either, but also
15 minutes. This is where I'm getting to the point like we were last year. I'm just going to have to adjust this. I'm going to stand. We're getting down to the wire.
And I already got to go to the bathroom again.
Yeah,
I got to take a piss.
Yeah, so you guys, if you need to, I'll take the reins.
Well, and then, yeah.
I'm just afraid as soon as I stand up and go, something's going to happen.
Oh, you know it.
It always happens here. Always going to happen. You know what, though? What could happen is you guys can hit that like and subscribe button on the Ryan Ripken Show, Ryan Ripken Media channel. We are now, I guess, under for subscribers.
What's up?
We are under. We got 59 more to 21,000.
Yeah, and we also now have news, and it's actually not news of someone leaving; it's news of someone staying. The Miami Marlins, apparently, according to other beat reporters, will not be trading Sandy Alcantara at the deadline.
So there it is. All right. Staying. I'll stay. Sir, I suggest you hit. I also love to live dangerously. Zach, what movie?
Why is Charlie Morton still not traded?
It's a good one. Classic.
That's a classic. That's my second favorite movie. Austin Powers is the correct answer. We are 13 minutes away. Thank you. Thank you.
I am getting.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Glad somebody
Getting
can get in
antsy.
here.
Getting antsy again.
Yeah.
If I stand up, I might have to take a piss again. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I mean, we have been drinking water. We did pour out a shot for our guy. Cedric
Okay,
Mullins.
Kevin. Kevin just sent in the group chat.
Well, Jonathan put it in the chat here too.
Guys, it is the deadline. It is the MLB deadline. We can wait 13 minutes to talk about Mike Bridges. All right. We can.
So we are though 59 subscribers away from 21,000. We appreciate each of our 20,941 of you. Appreciate you guys. We talk a lot of baseball, but in the fall, we're going to get into football, but backbone is baseball. We have a lot of great interviews. If you're new to the channel, got a whole lot of you guys tuning in, and we love the questions. We love the community. And if you want to be a part of the community, click that join button. You can be a Rips Good Kid, or you get more exclusive access, Holy Shirts and Pants members. We go Rip After Dark, where we really have more of an intimate conversation here. Can hear your questions, can go a little bit off the rails. We go off the rails here, but we try to at least give you the information during the show, in case you just tuned in and go, what the hell are those guys doing? Well, behind the scenes, you like us, get to see the whole side of us. Well, not the whole
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
There you go, Zach.
the Boston Red Sox have acquired a starter.
Not Joe. Right?
Not Joe Ryan. The Boston Red Sox are acquiring right-hander Dustin May
Wow, there he
from
goes.
from the Dodgers.
Wow. All right, so out on Joe Ryan now is what
That tells me they're out on Joe Ryan.
Yeah.
Which tells me that is a massive blunder by Fox. Because the only saving grace you have is if it still happens.
Wait, is Kittredge pitching right now? No.
No.
Oh, they're off today. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're only we play the Cubs, which I was gonna.
I've
So
lost
that was
track of the days
that was
now.
that was the story I meant to bring up earlier. Apparently, Kittredge flew to Chicago with the Orioles, was in his room for 30 minutes. They came and let him know, and then he had to switch hotels to go to the home team one.
I mean, I just would stay in the hotel.
I would be
Yeah.
like, really? Like, I can't do this tomorrow.
Right.
Like the hotel, I can't Venmo someone for this.
So Jeff Passan just put it out. So let's talk about this trade then for the Red Sox getting Dustin May. Until we get more of the details, it was a guy that they said would be,
Oh my goodness.
possibly on the move. What happened?
Padres are getting Nestor Cortez.
All right, well, we'll go down that list here in one memento here.
Told you
But
we weren't done yet.
I just want to go to the bathroom, man, but we are.
But this is telling me starters are flying off the board
Yep.
because
Charlie
they
Morton's
need
next.
It's got to be.
Charlie Morton's
Feel like
next.
that. Come on, Charlie.
Here we go. I'm going to pull up Dustin May, though. So Dustin May, if you guys remember, was a guy that was highly touted. He's dealt with a lot of things over the years. And Dustin still has a lot of upside. He's not he's still like I consider right in the prime. Like I don't want to say I still consider it young, considering now that I'm in my 30s.
Mhm.
But Dustin May is 27 years old. He's got a good arm. Hasn't been the year that he's wanted. 4.85 ERA. They made him expendable then. So in this case, he's going to the Red Sox to hopefully try to find more of himself. With just a couple of years ago in 2023, guys, there's only 9 games. Again, he's dealt with a lot, but a 2.63 ERA in those 9 games. He was one of their top prospects coming up through the system. The Red Sox are going to cash in on him. I'm curious on what the move will be, but with that move being made, it certainly feels like that the Red Sox aren't going for Joe Ryan, right? I don't think that that's happening now. But Nestor Cortez, do we have any more news on the Nestor Cortez deal with the Padres? Do they have anybody else to give?
I know, Jesus.
Yeah, who I would literally, if I'm
Washing
another
machine
team,
for like
I'm
Monix?
calling the Padres right now, or if the Padres call me, I'm like, AJ, you gotta run me down on who you guys still even have. Like if I'm looking at prospects in your system right now, 90% of them are on a different team.
And this deal, though, Nestor's barely pitched this year. So it's not going to be much given what's happened for him. He's only pitched 8 innings this season. Right? It's the same Nestor Cortez, right? It's the same one.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
the Yankees are acquiring shortstop Jose Caballero, who just has to walk over to the other dugout.
Oh, they're playing the Rays.
They're playing the Rays.
Wow.
Jesus.
So Jose Caballero, if you guys remember, he's the one that took he took Miller deep after the announcer said, oh no, that was Siri. Never mind. Wrong person.
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri, that's what it was. Wrong person. But Caballero, this is interesting now, fellas. Very, very interesting.
You get a prospect.
You get a prospect. But so far this year, Caballero, though, most games he's played this year he's actually played a little bit all over. He's played 24 games out in right, 31 at shortstop. And I know there's been questions around with Anthony Volpe, who's been domed up playing the shortstop position. Do you wonder that's just adding a depth piece offensively? Guy that's not going to scare you or put the fear in you. 226 hitter, 2 home runs, 27 RPIs on the season, 640 OPS at the moment here. So this is just crazy.
Yeah.
Some would say this shit is bananas. BANANANANAS.
The Rays make no sense to me. Now the Tampa Bay Rays are acquiring Adrian Hauser from the White Sox.
All right.
I feel like that's the thing. Like yesterday, your video will get Kevin. You're like, okay, then. Like they just make a trade, and you're like, all right.
Are we going to see?
Oh, and now Taylor Rogers is back on the move. Taylor Rogers traded to Pittsburgh yesterday, is now heading to the Chicago Cubs.
What the hell?
You knew. I was going to say we knew that was going to be a flip. We knew that had because it made no sense why Pittsburgh was getting back.
They might as well just made it a three. It's basically a 3-way trade.
Wild here, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am just refreshing everything.
So if we're looking at pitchers here overall, what?
No, just Jeff Passan. Phil Maton just got traded, but I saw Maton and I was like, oh, Morton. No, Maton. Okay.
So wait. So Taylor
just getting stressed over.
So Taylor Rogers got traded, right? So that is confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay. Taylor Rogers is traded. Cool. Neat. I'm still wondering with the Cubs, guys. I'm still wondering with the Cubs.
Yeah.
Because I like the Taylor Rogers pickup. It's been great this year. But don't they still need starters? Did I miss anything? Have they gotten any starting pitching yet?
No, they have not.
And we are 5 minutes away at this point. 5 minutes until the deadline closes. And that was a need I thought the Cubs had to have.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say have to have, but they were definitely in the market. And here we are. None of the Orioles pitchers have been on the move yet.
No. Well, none of the starting pitchers.
Starting pitchers, correct. It has been a deadline full of relievers. And this is what we were talking about. Relievers, they get moved quite a bit, especially at the moment. Oh, wild. Well, guys, we appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We've had a great group of people that joined us today.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. Can't believe we are almost at the 6 p.m. deadline here, which is in 4 minutes.
Doesn't feel real.
I know.
It doesn't. And we've been streaming for a while, but we've had
4 hours and 18 minutes.
Oh, beautiful. Starting pitchers, though, guys. I really thought there would be more on the move.
I did too. I'm going to be honest. Unless something happens in the next 4 minutes, why is Charlie Moore? Like, I don't understand.
And also keep in mind, I saw this at the end, 6:30 p.m. being the real deadline. I mean, yeah, we might not get some moves being announced.
Yeah.
It's going to take, because I think, what's it called? Gregory Soto was announced like 3 minutes after the deadline last year. So it could take a second. And also, who's the one of the former MLB GMs came out and they were like, yeah, so like hard deadline. And he was like, I mean, the deadline is there. He's like, if you make a move at 4:05, people aren't gonna, So I think it will be. It's not 6 o'clock, boom, but I'm nervous. I'm sweating.
Another reliever
Perspirating.
going to the Rangers, Phil Maton, going from the Cardinals to the Rangers. That's one of the recent moves as well. Guys, we're 3 minutes away now. 3 minutes away. And the Caballero deal, John Morosi just tweeted out, like, I'm curious because he was brought over for a defensive reason. And because you're wondering, is it because of situations that are happened with Anthony Volpe, which a lot of Yankees fans have hated the way he's played short and have been frustrated with him overall. And I feel for a guy also that playing in New York as a shortstop, trying to become the next great shortstop there through the system. It's a tall task, especially playing in New York. And definitely you can see he's mentally, to me, had a lot more going on than anything else. But guys, 2 minutes. We are 2 minutes away from the trade deadline of the 2025 season officially coming to an end. Officially.
It has been a day. Whew.
I gotta tell you, I really got to go to the bathroom.
The last 24. Let's go take a piss, dude. I think we're safe.
Well,
I was gonna say maybe just wait the 2 minutes.
Well, something could happen right after the 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We're almost up to 800 people here that are watching live on YouTube. If you guys are, hit that like button. We're trying to get to 500 on the likes. I know we're not there yet. But
Ravens just sent me a push notification on Twitter, and it is not the time. Like, I'm sorry. This is not, I'm glad camp is going well, but this is not.
We do also have 47 subscribers to go to hit 21,000. So of the 777 of you guys watching, if you're not subscribed, please do so. We do cover a lot of baseball news, but football season starts tonight. Football is going to be played tonight.
O'Marion Hampton is playing for the Chargers.
That's right. So we do cover football during football season too, and anything else that's popping up. If you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure that you're subscribing as well. We certainly appreciate it. Now there's 784 watching on the Ryan Ripken Show. So appreciate you guys tuning in, but don't leave without hitting that subscribe button. We promise we'll give you some more great content and maybe some dumb shit too. So
yeah, we'll definitely have some of that. And Rip After Dark, if you're a Holy Shirts and Pants member, we will definitely have one of those After Dark episodes to really decompress, or maybe you can see a whole different side of us.
Wow.
What?
Yankees are getting Camille Duvall from the Giants. That is a massive
Whoa, right at the buzzer, technically. Technically, it's 6 p.m. right now, guys. So, Zach, read it off.
The Yankees are getting Camille Duvall from the Giants. I did read it off before. It's all too fast and tweeted out.
Zach,
I wonder
Zach, I need you to take the helm here.
All right. Yeah, got you.
Well, I'll put it up on the screen there.
Hey, if I don't see you guys, for those of you tuning in, I love you. Thanks for tuning in, and hit that subscribe button. Bitches.
Oh,
I got work to do. Got work to do for the show.
Yep. We're rocking. There it is. Yep. We are rocking and rolling. Appreciate it. Man. So Camille Duvall, Zach, on the move. And the Giants, look, they thought that they were in it. They had been playing well earlier in the season. They got Devers. Everyone felt like it was moving in the right direction until it wasn't. And then they decided to sell. They trade 28-year-old right-hander, 3.09 ERA on the year. And once again, the Yankees continue to bolster their bullpen, Zach. So another piece for the Yankees.
Yeah. The Yankees talk about a bullpen overload, or just complete. Yankees made some really good moves this season, or this deadline. I'm not gonna lie, I'm refusing to believe that Charlie Morton is still on this team until We just got passing.
From what?
Tampa Bay Rays are acquiring right-handed reliever Griffin Jacks. What are the
Where are
Rays?
you seeing that?
Jeff Passan.
Is it actually the Jeff Passan?
Yes. And then
Charlie
Charlie Morton to the
Morton
Tigers. There we go.
Right there!
At the buzzer. Bang!
Wow, the Rays just got Griffin
And
Jacks.
a lot of things just happened, Ryan. A lot of things just happened. Griffin Jacks to Tampa, Morton to Detroit. Bang! That's why I didn't. You see, now I literally look at my phone that I had up. Oh, is it gonna? I had my goodbye tweet to Charlie, and I had LO JK, get back out there, Charlie. So I can delete that now. There it is. There it is.
Holy shirts and pants. Here it is. The Charlie Morton's going to the Detroit Tigers.
Yep.
Which the Tigers now, their starting pitching has been a strength for them overall.
Buzzer beater.
But Charlie Morton, now I'm curious what that return was.
Yeah, now we got to – wow.
Tigers come in at the buzzer.
Wow. I just got to say this. What Major League Baseball lacks in a fast-paced, all-in-your-face, like, oh, bam, this is happening in the offseason, like, an NFL or an NBA where it feels like it's 3 days of just boom, 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 boom. The slow offseason for baseball is annoying. I get that. Baseball, the trade deadline, final hours is one of the greatest spectacles in sports. We're having buzzer beaters. Griffin Jacks is a massive move.
That's a huge move. Everyone thought that he would be going to one of the top contenders.
Yeah.
And yet the Rays pick him up, which Jacks has not had his best year. Hasn't been the case for him. 4.50 ERA. But last year was one of the best. 2 ERA and 72 games pitched. So this has been an unbelievable turn of events. And I'm going to take a look at Griffin Jacks as far as team control is concerned, Zach, because the Rays are always being very technical with making these types of moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So come on, my computer might be freezing because of everything that's happening right now. And there is a lot that just went down. And if you are joining us for the first time today, hit that like and subscribe button. We do this live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I mean, I'll be honest, if you have been watching for a while, you should be hitting that like and subscribe button. Where did it go? There it is. Come on. Don't fail me now. It's not one to pull it up for me, Zach.
For which one?
For Griffin Jacks. I'm trying to see his
and while
salary.
you do that real fast, I do just want to once again, there are about 1,000 people combined here on YouTube and many others watching across other platforms. If you're new, hit that like and subscribe over on the Ryan Rifkin Show or Kevin and Zach Rath, or both. Both would be cool.
Both is good.
Both is good. What a fun deadline day, and it feels like it's just been incredible.
Truly has. It's been a wild one, from Mason Miller getting traded, Suarez last night from the Mariners, or getting traded from the D-backs to the Mariners, to Carlos Correa waiving his no trade clause, to, gosh, I can't even pick all the moves in Baltimore. They moved a lot of guys, a lot. So it is incredible. Apparently, I'm seeing in the chat that did the Blue Jays make a couple moves right at the deadline at the buzzer as well? Yes, Ty France.
Wow, that's actually a good pickup.
Traded to the Blue Jays. And Louis Varland heading there as well. Roden and Rojas going to Minnesota. Goodness gracious. The sell is – talk about fielding a team. Do the Twins have people out there? I don't know. I don't know. But what we do know is, guys, the final list continues to come in. There was a ton, though, Zach, of the biggest winners are anyone that sold their big closers.
Yeah.
Also, right now, the Dodgers are acquiring outfield
Twins are getting Taj Bradley back for
Griffin Jacks.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay. And also, Robert Murray is reporting that the Dodgers are acquiring outfield prospect James Tibbs III from the Red Sox.
Are you serious?
That's what Robert Murray just tweeted out here a few minutes
For
ago.
what? That was the star piece of the Devers trade.
I'm kind of confused here. That's his account. And the Dustin May deal. That's what it was. So there we go.
That's a bad trade.
That's
so
what
Tibbs
happened for Dustin May.
So you kind of got Dustin May for
Devers.
plus a few up for Dustin May. Also shout out one of the guys that was supposed to be in the Manny Machado trade.
Wow. How about that? And Justin, yes, Charlie Morton to Detroit. We're still waiting on the final details of that deal when it comes to it. But that's the report. There are so many different storylines here that are bopping around, Zach. A lot of bop. But the starting pitchers, though, the winners are the closers that were sold because there was a lot of hauls there. The surprise is that not a lot of starting pitching moved like I thought it would, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
It was a seller's market, so the teams that did sell got a lot of assets. What you do with the assets, that's interesting. I know Tigers fans, I can see that they are a little bit disappointed that Charlie Morton, they got Kyle Finnegan, but no real big pieces. They didn't land Suarez, Zach. They didn't land a ton of guys. But Tigers, Charlie Morton, high character guy, has pitched really well the last couple months. Obviously had a brutal start to start the year for the Baltimore Orioles. And that's all we have on that. I mean, we're trying to not debunk, but get all the information here that's coming through in the final moments here of the trade deadline, where the Orioles were big sellers at the deadline. You know, one guy, hey, Chris, no Gallen is surprising. He was one guy, and maybe it was because of the price. Another guy that wasn't moved that we know of, Zach, Dylan
Well, okay,
Cease.
that's Gallen's got to be simply, I would say, because no team. If like you said,
They
with
don't
the
want
price,
to, yeah.
like it's not worth the price of the risk. I think Zach Gallen, let's be honest, Sandy Alcantara, you are okay with giving up top prospects for, giving up guys to be with or to get him, because the past two outings he's shown, oh, this is Sandy Alcantara we know. You know, recently though, you can't say that it's almost gotten worse for Gallen. Like that's the thing, is it was guys going in two opposite directions, and there are a lot of guys that I'm honestly pretty. Because who else? It's been Gallen didn't go. Obviously, Joe
Dylan
Ryan
Cease
didn't go.
did not go. Joe
Gore
Ryan
didn't go. Cease.
Yep. There are a lot of teams starting pitchers. So that was probably, if we're looking, we might have to do a show tomorrow, even to just kind of like recap, or even.
I think we have to.
So in the moment, teams that went aggressive, let's go on that case. Teams that were aggressive. The Rangers came on strong to end this deadline, getting Merrill Kelly, Danny Coulomb, acquired Phil Maton out of the bullpen. They also then saw the Astros get Ramon Arias, Carlos Correa, Jesus Sanchez. Did they get an arm at the end, Zach, with the Astros? Am I missing on that?
Yeah. They got
Did they?
Yeah, didn't they?
There's so many moves.
I'm saying,
but then Seattle got Suarez and Naylor to go with their pitching staff. Really solid for them. They're trying to make a push. Boston got Dustin May. Right now, we just talked about, that's them bolstering. They got Steven Matz as well from the Cardinals to bolster their overall pitching staff. Yankees went heavy on relievers, Zach. Heavy.
Very.
Bednar, Doval, and Blanken, and they got some other pieces that can go in to help them. Twins sold everybody, and I mean everybody that they could. The Phillies, after the Duran deal, besides Harrison Bader, that was about it. The Mets were big winners here. Got Cedric Mullins. You added 2 more pieces to your bullpen, to Rogers, Helsley, and Edwin Diaz to be in your back end, plus with their lineup that they already have. Really solid there. And then the Padres, Mason Miller has gone there. They acquired Ramon, Laureano, and Ryan O'Hearn, but I am trying to honestly figure out how it all fits in, Zach.
Yeah.
Like truly trying to figure out where this all fits the hell in. But there's so much to unpack. I do think of teams that didn't do a lot. The Tigers, until they made the move for Morton,
You want?
not a lot. What we got?
I was gonna say the Brewers.
Brew Crew, dude.
Did they do a thing? Besides, what did the Brewers even do?
I don't know if Milwaukee did anything. Of all these guys, I don't think they did Jack, period.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't think they got a single.
So the Brewers stood pat on all of this. They stood pat. Interesting. Now the Cubs, we got to go through all this, but I thought the Cubs would be more active for a starting pitcher.
Mhm.
You know, they added some relief pitching, but not a ton across the board. The Blue Jays, though, hey, Shane Bieber, they got Sir Anthony Dominguez, and then they just acquired Ty France at the buzzer.
Yeah.
And Varland. So, I mean, the Brewers traded, yes, they traded Nestor Cortez, but that's not helping, their team right now. It is very interesting. I wonder now if this goes to the eyes of when controllable pitchers can get moved, it might be in the offseason. Guys that can go back to the table. Sandy Alcantara is one. You know, Mitch Keller, they said they're not moving him, but could he be for the right price in the offseason? But then Zach Allen, Dylan Cease going to be free agents. Merrill Kelly going to be a free agent who was moved to the Rangers. Yeah, but for the Orioles, though, sticking with Baltimore here, they got rid of all their expiring deals minus Ramon and Kittredge, which were player or team options. They got rid of them. And yeah, Morton left, or you got rid of Morton, but no Zach Eflin, which on the IL again, no shock to me there that Zach Eflin doesn't get moved. Where else was I going? Tomoyuki Sagano stays put.
Yeah.
So only one Orioles starter got moved in this process. So that was it. That was it. The Twins sold everybody, dude. I forgot they traded Paddock.
Yeah. They got rid of everyone.
Wow. And I guess if the Tigers fans, they did get Paddock yesterday on the 30th, right? So there it is. So they did make a move, but it wasn't the big splash. And Charles, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Going to be fun to watch the Baltimore Tides the rest of the year. Go Tides, baby.
I was going to say, actually, the Ironbirds are going to be a very fun team.
And excited to hopefully see the younger guys get a chance to prove themselves. Apparently, is this true about Mike Yastrzemski? Yaz, is he going to the Royals? Is that truth or lies?
Yep, the Royals are acquiring Mike Yastrzemski.
Wow. Well, there it is. Yes, former Oriole farm and former prospect in Baltimore. Never got up to the big leagues with the team. Had been out there, was an all-star for the San Francisco Giants. But they're selling. Hasn't had the most stellar year so far, but been around, can bring defense to the table, can have some pop, hit 230, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs on the season. So the Royals make a small move right there at the end, Zach. Yeah, there are so many different situations that just happened. Well, guys, I
don't hear. What a freaking.
Yeah. And also, then Gavin Sheets was not in that trade to the Orioles. I thought maybe, could he dare? Because I'm curious now of how they're going to configure all this now.
I have no clue. Like
Laureano, O'Hearn, and Gavin Sheets. And Gavin's got 15 jacks already over there on the season. He's had a great year for them.
He's had a fantastic year.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with him.
Yep. Holy shirts and pants. Twins completely sell. Completely sell. Well, I think we're going to wrap it, guys, because we need to digest this. We're going to figure out what's next, and we will have another show. And for the Holy Shirts and Pants members, click that join button if you want to be a part of it. I'll be back later tonight, maybe Brad and I, because we got to go through some things for the show after this. So we will talk about maybe debriefing, but join the Holy Shirts and Pants members. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for all your support. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. I promise. I know that we gotta roll. I will do the task. I will record that. Maybe that'll be the Rip After Dark, showing you how the damn thing's done. But nothing right now from Charlie Morton, right? Nothing
we'll
that
find
we got.
out probably in 4 days.
We'll probably find out next year.
The rate that they're reporting these things. Woo.
That is it. Well, Zach, any final words before we get on out of here?
Nobody knows who won this day for the next 5 years. So you can look at all the prospect rankings. You can look at all the stats. You can look at all that. You can say this team fleeced this team. You can say this team robbed this team blind. You can say this was a super even trade. We won't know. It's the beauty of this. So what a freaking deadline. Unbelievable. My favorite stream ever, each year. We were sitting around 1,000 for a while. We still got 700 or 800 people. Sorry, chilling with the 700. I can't do math. That's my bad. 700 people chilling with us on YouTube and stuff, sticking to the end. You guys rock. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. This is the dream come true to be able to sit here and react with everyone. So thank you. Genuinely appreciate everyone who tunes in. And if you are new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button to either channel or both. Both is good. If you want to see some more of us and continue to come hang with us.
Yeah, we got a whole lot planned for you guys in the Ryan Ripken Media, Ryan Ripken Show, Kevin and Zach React, part of Ryan Ripken Media as well. Well, Zach, we can cue the music because it is Thursday.
Yep.
We are on our normal programming, so let's cue it. Now. Wow, it was a long day. As always here on the Ryan Ripken Show, you guys have a day, have a night, have a great stinking rest of your Thursday. Holy Shirts and Pants members, we didn't have the call-ins, but let's get together after this. A little Rip After Dark, decompress on everything that's happening. Be good, be safe. Enjoy your weekend.
Have a day.